The Memphis Grizzlies are about to strap a stick of dynamite to the whole operation that they have going on and blow it up. Ladies and gentlemen, it is officially crisis time for the Grizzlies. Ja Morant, as you can tell, doesn't want to be there, and I'm pretty sure they don't want him there. He's arguing with teammates. He hasn't really been playing like that. It just doesn't look good, and it's not a good fit for Ja Morant as of right now. And also, I've seen and heard reports that Jaren Jackson Jr. can be on his way out too. So, fellas, I want to talk about the Grizzlies. Just 2 years ago, the Grizzlies were a promising team. They were a promising young core, and sky was kind of the limit for them. But as of right now, it's looking like we've reached the end of the road for that iteration, which includes Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson. Obviously, Desmond Bane is gone. Dylan Brooks left. But what is next for the Grizzlies? And do they keep Jaren Jackson and Ja Morant past the trade deadline? How do we feel about this, fellas? Also, there's been some players that have demanded trades as of this morning. And there's some other things that we got to touch on, too. So let's get into it. Thoughts, comments, anything on Ja?
Looks bad. Looks really bad. His play on the court has been It's hard. It's hard for me to watch this, man. The Grizzlies have been on pace for basically like one of the worst 5 teams in the league when he's on the court. Their defense is worse. Their offense is significantly worse. And by the way, their offense was worse last year with him on the court too. So this is it's a lot of issues. Number one, his inefficiency, his lack of paint touches, paint efficiency, pull-up jump shooting. I think he's a bit of an overrated passer. Does not warrant 33% usage the way that he does. He drags possessions. His possession time is so... Man, he just kills possessions. And I think I was reading a metric a couple of weeks ago that the Grizzlies passed less with him on the court than when they were the worst passing team in the league when he was on the court. So basically the entire offense grinds to a halt. He's not efficient enough in the paint or as a pull-up jump shooter to warrant that type of usage, and they are an awful team.
And I think, Ron, you make a good point in terms of the league can hit you fast, right? It was only a few years ago, like in 21 and 22, they finished second in the West. The sky looks like the limit. They have a bunch of young guys playing at a high level. They look like they were next in line. But then the Lakers packed them up. You lose guys like Steven Adams and Dylan Brooks, and in the process, you lose your identity. A few injuries. They lose faith in Taylor Jenkins as well. The year after, you finish 13th, and then all the Ja drama starts, and all of a sudden, it's over, just like that. Overnight, it's over. But for the Ja Morant stuff, I think for me personally, in a world where reputation can make or break your career, I think Ja Morant might be the worst example of professionalism we have in the league. Like, he was drafted 2019. By year 3, he was All-NBA. By year 4, he was a multi-time All-Star. But so much of his story has been negative since he's been there. Off-court drama, suspensions, alienating the fans, calling out, coaches, publicly disrespecting the media, and now I'm sure everyone's seen the clip, like trying to fight his own teammates, all while his production has decreased. So it's a crazy, crazy situation for Ja, and I think it's time that both parties sort of moved on and went their separate ways.
Ron, you muted.
Mars and Swiper, is there anything that you guys want to speak into about this? Obviously, in case you guys don't know, Ja Morant has allegedly purchased a house about 20 miles away from, the Miami Heat's arena where they playing.
It's only $3 million. That's a light purchase for Ja. So it's not really much of it. I mean, to be honest, not really much of a story for me. I don't really want to talk about Ja too much more, to be honest. We had a whole, 2 weeks ago? How long was that ago, Penn? Because we were on the episode. We had like an hour and a half conversation about Ja. Like, Might have been 3 weeks ago. It was like on a Friday.
What would you like to talk about, Swiper?
Yeah, what would you like to talk about?
Well, it's more just I don't want to keep, regurgitating the same thing. I've shared my feelings about Ja. I think that he's obviously very immature. But I don't want this to be his story. I don't want this to be the end of his run. I want the best for him. I just think that he personally has had a lot of things he's had to overcome, I think, emotionally as a young man and as somebody who's been young and, not made all the best decisions in the world. I just think that sometimes you just have to get knucked up in life a little bit. It just happens. You know what I mean? You got to find a new situation, a new family, a new team, a new workplace. And I think hopefully he can grow from that. But yeah, I just don't, I've talked about Ja ad nauseum since the first incident happened in Colorado when he was at the Gentleman's Club that is literally right on Colorado Boulevard that I have never seen anybody go to, by the way. This was you go by it when you're headed to the movies or you're going to Black Hawk to go gamble.
Wasn't me.
Yeah.
Wasn't me.
But,
that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's not. Well,
I actually have never been.
Seen you rolling in, but it wasn't me.
Nah. So I grew up going down that street to go to high school all the time. So I just always saw it. But it's just it's not like an appealing. I thought it was like a.
Never thought about pulling into that lot.
Bro, I just GPS'd it.
I personally do not like gentlemen's clubs. That's never been my style.
You never swiped in those areas.
That's never been my style. I think the whole thing is nonsense to me personally. The idea, it's like buying fireworks. I don't believe in just burning money up. It makes no sense. I worked hard for my money. And I just don't have to pay for it, to be respectfully, like Ron. So some of this is as simple as fireworks show. I don't like fireworks show. I think they're dumb. Like Ron, when you see those big fireworks shows, for city, it's like $100,000, $250, $250,000.
I'm willing to pay for the show. But that's just me. I'm an entertainer and I like to be entertained. But
pay for the action too. Some people do. But I think for me, I'm just more so the mindset though, Penn. I hope he does well. I want him to move on. I want him to have a new situation. He has had multiple incidences that are both on record and off record and stuff that I've just, heard. Yeah, it's just not even like Ron. Ron, you've had knucklehead teammates. You know what I mean? You've had people in your life that are, but they're not bad people. They just young. You just make bad decisions when you're young, and you got people handing stuff to you your whole life through athletics. And one thing that I've talked about to a lot of athletes, Penn, when I used to sit down in front of Missouri and Arkansas athletes down south and stuff, we would just talk through kind of life off the field and off the court. One of the things I always would tell people that for a lot of people, when you get so many privileges in life based on being pretty or being tall, you don't develop a lot of skills, like emotional skills. You don't know how to handle a lot of conflict well, or you don't know how to manage yourself well. When you're an athlete, you have a lot of people doing things for you since you're very young, and you never actually develop a sense of responsibility and ownership of yourself and your actions and other people. So when you've been an elite athlete, honestly, this is why LeBron James is such a crazy story. For him to be as celebrated as he's been since he's 14 and to be the kind of person off the court he was, again, without a father figure, all this other stuff, for him to do what he did is one of one. And I think for Ja has been handed so many things. I don't think he ever allowed for accountability to become his best friend. And I don't think that is something he's even learned now at this point. But I'm saying I do hope that he gets to a point, where he's able to, I think, self-reflect, Ron, and just be like, I want to be better for myself. I want to be better for my family. I want to make better decisions as a human being, but I also don't want to I don't want to keep getting scuffles with my teammates and my coaches and pouting and all that stuff. But again, I'm speaking for myself. I also had attitude issues as an athlete too. So I'm saying, I'm not going to be too hard on him, but I think the Miami Heat situation with Pat Riley, I think we talked about this before, Mars, when you came back from your sabbatical, that I think that would be a good fit for him, culturally, if he went down there. I think Pat Riley would help him. If there are people that could help him get out of what he's in, that'd be a good situation. Like I said, I also will say too, Penn, JJJ, I know has endured a lot behind the scenes carrying this franchise. I don't think people know just how much of a rock he's been for Memphis throughout the last 4 years. He's been a really, really great leader, and a lot of people speak extremely highly of JJJ. So one of the reasons they prioritize him too for the team is we've been doing every time we go through something with Ja or somebody else, he has been our rock to kind of hold us together. So yeah,
I mean, look, I think it's pretty obvious to anyone watching Ja that he's not really playing with the same verve, joy, enthusiasm that he's played with. I don't necessarily know if it's fair to categorize him as someone who's been handed everything, because this is a guy who went from unranked to, face the league talks. That's quite an ascent for somebody, right? And we can't just dismiss all the work that went into that. It wasn't just the athleticism. He put in a lot of work. He deserves a lot of credit. And I don't think that this is a situation where, respectfully, he just, coasted on, an early high school mixtape and just got his ass to the league, because he didn't develop his game. He's done a lot to develop his game. Unfortunately, his game peaked in 2021, 2022. So my question, to evolve this conversation so that we're not repeating ourselves and boring you with the conversation, because you mentioned that we'd already had an hour and a half conversation about this, is there hope that the next team that trades for him is able to turn some of the issues around? And that's not just the maturity. I've heard a lot of stuff about Ja Morant too through the grapevine. I've heard he's a fantastic teammate. I've heard he's an amazing person. I talked to a person this year, actually, who was his teammate a few years ago, said best teammate I ever had. So it's weird, right? Like you hear different things about a guy. I think he has a major image problem, a major optics problem around the NBA. Obviously, you get suspended for something stupid like, showing that thing on an IG live, and then you respond by doing it again. People are going to rightfully call you an idiot. They're going to call you stubborn. They're going to call you stupid. They're going to call you immature. They're going to call you a lot of things. It all really went downhill with the Shannon Sharp thing. Like at courtside, when that thing happened, the entire Memphis Grizzlies culture, it all changed. But prior to that, like, we were really talking about Ja Morant being the face of the league, and he was already 3 years into his career at that point. We've seen major playoff risers. So if a team like Miami or if a team like Toronto were to trade for him, what are they getting? What could they hope to get? I know they're not getting a great defender. I know they're not getting a great jump shooter, but can they get a great player back? That's my question.
I absolutely think that in Ja's next destination, he's going to bounce back.
Why?
I think Ja can get back to his ways from 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I don't think that's far-fetched for Ja to do that. Motivation is a big thing. We've seen players come out motivated and eat the league up. I was on the phone with Ox last night. I don't think it's no coincidence that all of a sudden Mr. Leonard down in Los Angeles is balling like crazy right now. You drag his name through the mud. You come up with allegations. And then all of a sudden now the media is talking about, oh, Kawhi's making all this money, but he's not performing. Now all of a sudden Kawhi's not just playing, but he's terrorizing the league. Kawhi looks like 19, 21, 22. He's back to that Kawhi. I believe that when Ja gets to his next destination, it gets to a better environment. And I think Miami's a perfect destination, but it's some other destinations he can go to too. But once he gets to that new environment, and he can clear his mind of certain things that's going on in Memphis, and he could get around better teammates too, I can definitely see Ja getting back to what he was. And once again, he might not ever average what he averaged, like 26 and 8. He might not ever average that again, but I do think he could be much, much, much more impactful than what he's been.
If you're talking professional pride, I'm assuming that's what you're talking about, right? They drag your name through the mud, so you pull yourself up by the bootstraps and you say, okay, I'm going to show them. We did this with Ben Simmons. Didn't work so well, right? So is Ja closer to Kawhi Leonard in this situation where he can just pull himself out? What has he shown you in his past 6 years that would give you the idea that he's willing to course correct here? That is just a situation. Because, I mean, look, situations can go stale. You could be around the wrong people. You get into a new scenery. You get into a new environment. I think people, who aren't athletes, who aren't professional athletes, you can sometimes feel this change if you change cities. You change cities, the vibe of your life changes. Suddenly that place that you used to go to isn't there anymore. So you're forced to like make new neuro connections. I worry if there's a self-destructive streak with him because a lot of his issues have been self-imposed. That's my issue. Whereas Kawhi Leonard, I don't think his issues were self-imposed. Kawhi Leonard never showed up to camp out of shape. Kawhi Leonard never pulled a weapon out on IG Live. Kawhi Leonard's never been suspended by the league for, conduct detrimental to the team or some shit. That's never happened before. So with Kawhi Leonard, it was his body breaking down. With Ben Simmons, to some degree, it's also his body breaking down. With Ja Morant, I mean, you would have to go into a very different direction. You might have to go into Sean Kemp situation to find a one-for-one comparison in terms of like what he's Gilbert Arenas, Javaris Crittenton, to go into that Michael Beasley, where it's just like, this is where I think I am. This is who I think I am. The entire league does not agree, and I refuse to adapt. That's not Kawhi Leonard, dude.
I'm glad that Swiper touched on sort of the psychological makeup of an athlete and upbringing and things, because it's probably an area of sports where we don't consider it too much. We don't consider the holistic picture. We usually see, to your point, Penn, the image that sort of transpires when someone hits the big time. But in terms of change of scenery, I agree. I think Miami's a good destination. I think a change of scenery is what he needs. JJJ's been his rock, but there's a lot of rocks in Miami too. I think the Heat culture would be good for him. Maybe he needs a bit of structure and things of that nature. I actually think Miami and him need each other. I think Miami is lacking a little bit of star power, a little bit of someone dynamic, someone that can get out in the open floor, sell some tickets, get some excitement there, because the Heat trying to keep up in the East as well, and it's still an East to me that feels a little bit wide open. So I think it's a great fit.
When they got Jimmy Butler, what was the trade for? It was the two guard, and you remember what the trade was? It was another buy low package.
Josh Richardson, right?
Yeah, Josh Richardson and somebody else, Damian. So maybe that's another situation where they just, the value's low, but he ends up turning out really well for them, being like an all NBA player again.
Once again,
yeah, and I think Miami's missed out on. Like, they missed out on Kyrie. They missed out on Kevin Durant. They missed out on, they were linked with Donovan Mitchell. There was a whole bunch of guys that Miami missed out on. And maybe now's the time to get a guy at a discount, take a flyer on a guy who's had some issues in the past, and maybe try and reinvent him in Miami, where there's structure, where they play a free-flowing style. He can get out and transition. They can tap into some of his gifts. Even if he has regressed a little bit, I think that he should technically still be, still have his best basketball ahead of him. This is a 26-year-old man. Like, he should be entering his prime sort of in the next 1 or 2 years. Obviously, the league has changed and they prioritize different things like length at the position and defense and things of that nature. But I don't think anyone can sit here and say that he hasn't still got a lot left in the tank. So I agree, Swiper. I think he's definitely worth a flyer at the very least, especially at a discount. And they have the financial flexibility and the draft capital, and they can make the money work as well. It's not like it's a complicated path to get him.
Who would have to be involved in that as far as players?
They can do like straight up Tyler Hero and Terry Rozier, or they can do like a combination of like Yaku, Simone Fontecchio, maybe some draft capital. But Tyler Hero is the most straightforward way, sort of financially.
Yeah, if Tyler got to go, then Ja, you can stay where you at.
I'd like to pair them, but it can be done. But it's
an interesting backcourt, Ja Morant and Norman Powell going forward. I mean, that's a lot of rim pressure. I mean, devil's advocate, he's just not that good.
You think he's like falling off?
See, I disagree with that, Penn. And
he once led the league in paint points. Do you realize how crazy that is for a 6'2" guard to lead the league in points in the paint? That ain't coming back. So with a lot of guys,
why do you say it's not coming back though? Like,
because he's 26 years old. Because that exact thing, like, look, it's a Derrick Rose, Derrick Rose situation all over again, right? You have a style of play, it's great for a little while. Your body breaks down. You have to adjust your game. You don't have anything to fall back on. Unlike Derrick Rose, however, he has even less of a jump shot and even less of an in-between game. That, to me, is the worrying part. I haven't seen a great deal of adaptability and willingness to bend in Isolo's offense. an offense that, well, by the way, runs perfectly well without him. There's been talk for 2-3 years now. This is not recent. 2-3 years. Are the Memphis Grizzlies better without John Morant? Because every single time he doesn't play, it looks like we're perfectly fine. Put the ball in Desmond Bane's hands, put the ball in Scottie Pippen Jr.'s hands, we're perfectly fine. And then he comes out and he has a 40-point game against the Sixers, and people are like, right, superstar. Superstars are not made based on what you do every eighth game. It's what you do every night. And that hasn't been the case with him for like 4 years now. So I'm just saying, big name, huge highlight film. I understand it all. Me personally, though, if I'm the team trading for him, I'm very worried. I'm very worried that the thing that made him him does not exist in any form anywhere. That separation that he was getting at the rim as an athlete just isn't there right now. And look, man, I have seen it with Trae Young, who is a significantly better player, rounded player than Ja Morant as a playmaker, shooter, etc. When he lost his burst, we saw the production go flat. Like, he just couldn't beat his guy off the dribble anymore. He couldn't get around. So it's like, with these smaller athletes, that half a step lost is not like when KD lost half a step. Because when KD loses half a step, he's still 7 feet tall.
Yeah, he can still rise up over the top and shoot the ball.
Exactly. Ja Morant, A, is not a good shooter. B, is not a good defender. C, is an off-court thing. D, mega contract. Huge contract. I mean, people are looking at $39 million. By the way, that shit goes up, and you need to negotiate an extension. So if he plays well for 1 year, let's just say you get like honeymoon period Ja Morant, and he plays pretty well this year, you negotiate a contract extension with him. Who knows? We're talking like in 3-4 years, he's making $50 million, and he is on the decline. I don't know. I think
he has
the best
2 more years left, so they could play it out. And then if they want to trade his value, they could.
Okay.
Well, Pin,
does that sound like the type of player you would want to play it out with? Swiper, if he was on your team,
if he plays really well, yeah, we got 2 more years.
Yeah, because that's the thing right there, Pin. I can't get with you on he's not that good. I can't get with you on that. I think he might have, might not.
What does he do well?
He might not be playing up to the standard of the Ja Morant that we've once seen, but I can't get behind you on that. He's just not good anymore. I think he could. I would like to see him play with like a Bam type player. I just don't. If I'm Miami, I'm not giving you Tyler Hero for Ja Morant. Like, on top of that too, it's like you gotta also be able to look into the future a little bit, y'all. You already know what's gonna happen. If something goes wrong, Ja Morant gets in any type of trouble, and Pat Riley has to discipline, whatever. Then the whole world's gonna be like, "Oh, Pat Riley, he's just too old. He's out of touch. You can't treat Ja Morant like that." And it's gonna be another Jimmy Butler type situation where all of a sudden now Pat Riley, y'all gonna be calling for Pat Riley's head. You know what I'm saying? It's too much for too much for Miami, if you ask me. Too much of a risk. I wouldn't do it.
And so, depend. What does he do well? So he still grades out as an A+, shot creator, just not like a pin and play finisher. It's a different thing. He's not making those shots, but he's finished. He's getting the shots.
This is like B-ball index.
Yeah, rim shot creation. He grades out really well. Like just getting like down to the rim. He still does really well, like making shots like around the rim relatively. Now he's shooting. Yeah, free throw rate. He's also, I'm looking at it right now. He's pretty good rim protector for a guard too. Like, he's playing good defense out there, but that's just athleticism. He's kind of always been able to do that. He still has value, but I do think getting him low for me, like,
is he a top 10 point guard, Swiper?
No. Would you rather have Tyler Hero and an extension with Tyler Hero, or would you rather have Ja Morant going forward? You know
Tyler,
what I mean?
Because he's a 38% 3-point shooter on his career, and the worst case scenario, if it doesn't work out as a first option, at least he grades out pretty well as a second option. I mean, yeah, I get the talent equation. I understand the swapping homes redundancy argument of, okay, well, we tried it with Tyler Hero. I mean, y'all made to the finals with Tyler Hero. Just pointing that out.
I mean, 6 years ago?
Rookie.
Well, Tyler Hero's better than Ja Morant. It's just really, that's all it comes down to.
Tyler was an all-star last year.
He was.
When's the last time Ja was an all-star?
He had a better season last year, but I still don't know if I can just go out and say that that he's better. And here's the thing. I just got to see it, y'all. I got it because I've played for a bunch of different teams and I've been in a bunch of different environments where I just don't fit good with these players. I don't like that coach. I don't like that location. And it just was not good. I wasn't able to play good basketball. I wasn't not trying to play good basketball. I just wasn't able to play good basketball. Then when I transfer over to a new team or when I get with a new program or a new coach, all of a sudden, boom, I feel like a whole new player. I'm averaging the most on the team. I'm averaging the most assists. I get the ball in places where it's more just advantageous. I'm just a whole new player. That's happened to me multiple different times in both directions. So like as of right now, and then you mentioned Isolo's offense. Well, maybe it's not Ja. Maybe it's the offense. Maybe Isolo should adapt to his best player. But sometimes coaches are who they are, and they only know
not their best player.
Well, see, I disagree with that. But he was at one point their best player, and you said he came in and changed up the offense. Why would you do that for your best player? That's like me. That's like me going to LA and saying, "Yo, you know what? We're gonna play Austin Reeves ball, and Luka, I need you to just go over there and do this, this, and this." You don't necessarily do that when a player's your best player. However, I do want to say, because Damian spoke into this, what's Miami's pace in the NBA? What's their pace?
They've been first
They're
for
fast.
most of the year, right?
They're fast.
So
They're still fast, yeah.
they have the highest pace in the NBA. Huh.
Mhm.
You get a guy like Ja Morant and you drop him right in that pace, up and down. I think that kind of fits his play style. I think that's what he wants to do. And I think that not only is that a place that I could assume he wants to be at, seeing that he just bought a spot there, not only is that a place that I could assume he wants to be at, just linking the reports and what his camp is saying, but also you get an up and down pace like that. You get him with Bam. You get him with Khalil Ware. You get him with a guy like Andrew Wiggins, Norman Powell. If these guys stay and they're not involved in the trade, even Jaime Jaquez Jr. Like I think that's a good situation for Ja Morant mentally and just a good fit. And it's just a restart for him.
I'm with you on that.
Disagree.
I'm with you on that.
I wish Cho was
Do
here
we?
so I could do this thing where I said,
I
what's
disagree,
the
like,
gap
on
between
two
him
bases.
and Colin Sexton? That like right now, what is that gap between?
You don't
him
like
and
the
Colin?
fit? You don't like the fit in Miami, Mark?
Why
not?
don't you like it, Mars?
Memphis last year led the league in pace. Ja Morant was not good. The reason he was apparently not good for the Ja Morant defenders was that they changed the offense to run less pick and rolls and took the ball out of Ja's hands. The coach that implemented that is now in Miami, running less pick and rolls than Memphis did last year. So if Ja Morant is pick and roll reliant, why would you send him to the system that Ja Morant didn't like? And then the justification is going to be pace, when Memphis last year led the league in pace, running this system, and Ja Morant did not look good. I need the explanation as to how that makes sense to any of you guys.
It doesn't. It doesn't make sense. There is a team though that makes a little bit of sense for Ja Morant.
How would y'all feel
Tell us, Ben.
if he went back to like the situation with Dallas?
Oh, Toronto?
Yeah.
You want him, Pen?
No.
Okay.
But it makes sense.
Well, what's
It makes-
the gap? What's the gap between John and Quigley?
Quickly's a better shooter. Quickly's a better defender. Ja's a better player. I don't know. Like that's the gap. Ja's a better player.
You would rather have him over Quickly then?
No, I wouldn't, because $32 million flat with no distractions and no real health concerns is a lot better than. I just think Toronto's already one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the league, if not they're the worst 3-point shooting team. I think we
So
just
then
had
how does it make sense for Toronto? If
because I think everyone would become a better 3-point shooter with him. I think like he may not be a better 3-point shooter, but everyone becomes better 3-point shooter because the best 3-point shots would come off of his rim attacks. They just don't have Toronto is like a really weird team because they're 25 wins up and they don't have a single player who can create off a live dribble consistently. Scotty can do a little bit of it. BI can do a little bit of it. RJ can do a little bit of it, but they don't have anyone with his lead initiator tendencies. And his former assistant coach that he had his best success with, Darko Rajakovic, is currently the coach in Toronto. That's the only reason I could see it making sense, is I think Darko is the one coach in the league that has a relationship with him that perhaps he could bring him back a little bit. And, you know, maybe even get him to buy in. And I think Scotty's like a very team first type of, you know, selfless star player that could maybe re-spark some of the joy in Ja. So, yeah, I mean, there's a world in which it could make a lot of sense. I just think
I believe there's someone in the front office that used to be with Memphis that is in Miami now as well. So I think it could work out as a similar situation with the Wizards, where Trae Young, the person that was in the spot in the front office when he got drafted, just was in Washington, and that was just the thing that made the trade work. It's like, you know, I believe in my guy. But one of these teams might take a bite.
It'd be a similar deal to that.
No.
Yeah, but what about Damian Swiper? What about the fact that Ja doesn't like to run that type of offense though? Like that's a big to me it's stuff like that just really irks.
But that's
me,
where
you know what I'm saying?
that's where
it really
a lot of
grinds my gears, Damian.
Yeah, I hear you, and it's valid, but that's where I put a lot of faith in Spo. Like I got a lot of faith in Spo. I think he can make it work. I think he's worked with all types of talent.
What does Ox always say? Coaches got to coach.
Yeah, but players got to be players. You got players out here that wanna dictate everything. I don't want to run that type of offense. I can't do my thing in this type of offense. Like, well, you're not a good basketball player then. If you can only do this, if you can't change.
No,
up your
yeah,
game,
Ja
you
is
can't run other
flawed.
things.
It's not news. Ja's flawed, and it's not whether Ja likes the offense or not doesn't change that he's clearly less effective in it. Like whether he likes it or not isn't going to change that. He can love the offense. If he's less effective, you're not getting the Ja Morant that you're paying for. So it's not. I don't think it's in Miami's best interest to then bring in the player who is maybe one of the most pick and roll reliant guards in the NBA, and then say, "Hey, no pick and rolls for you, but yeah, you need to be our franchise player." Like that just doesn't. It doesn't make sense for either side of the equation, in my opinion. Ja Morant's like success as a player comes when he has an elite screener next to him. That's not Bam Adebayo. It comes when he's running heavy pick and roll. If you look at Memphis offense, the best it ever is when Ja Morant shares the floor with a Zach Edey or a Steven Adams. I had to look it up because I wanted to confirm my eye test. Their offense, when Ja Morant doesn't share the floor, and this is going back to 2022, prime Ja Morant seasons, when Ja Morant doesn't share the floor with Steven Adams or Zach Edey, the Grizzlies have a negative offense. They're a below average offense. And there was a trend for them all the time. They were a negative half-court offense led by Ja Morant. When he shares the floor with one of them, when it's Zach Edey, a 121 offensive rating, that's a +6 offense. When it's Ja Morant and Steven Adams, it's a 120, which was also a +6 because the league's changed a little bit. So 120 was +6 relative in 23. So Ja Morant with an elite screener is what gets the best out of Ja Morant and probably the best out of your offense, depending on what team you are. So it just doesn't. Like, Miami makes no sense outside of culture, but like culture isn't going to make Ja Morant a different player. Right. It might make him bought in, but his flaws are going to be his flaws.
Khalil be that?
Khalil's not a hard hitting screener, and that's what Ja Morant needs. He needs to get the angles downhill. Khalil can like pick and pop and stuff, so like he's versatile in that sense. But you need like a big body. You need someone who's going. If they go under, he can flip the angle of the screen. Khalil Ware's not doing all of that type of stuff. You like if I was a team. I would say Phoenix would be a team that I would look at for Ja Morant. Mark Williams can be that screener. They run a lot of pick and roll already. It fits into their system. They have multiple guys who can make decisions. They do like to play with pace. They force turnovers. It's just whether or not they want to get off Jalen Green before seeing what Jalen Green can be for them. But if I was Phoenix, that would be like the team I would look at for Ja Morant, not Miami or whatever.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, Ryan. After when I first saw that little video yesterday, I was like, "Oh, this ain't no big deal." You know what I'm saying? They just talking to each other, talking a little mess, you know. And then I saw another video where I was able to see what they were saying to each other.
The lip reading one, yeah.
Man, I'm just like, I don't really care where Ja Morant goes, but I'm off Ja Morant. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just.
Did you ever get into incidents like that when you were playing?
You know what Swiper? I've actually never. Well, they didn't. I don't know what happened after the video. Yeah. But I know I've never scuffled with a teammate.
Me neither.
I've bickered with a teammate. It's never gone even that far. Which honestly, it's not like it got physical. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to super hype that incident, but I can't recollect any time where me and the teammate were in each other's face for more than 5-10 seconds.
We fought in practice, but never like off.
Yeah, I threw a
I'm
ball at my center's head.
I'm talking about even in practice. Like, I can't think of a time when me and the teammate ever went back and forth for longer than 5-10 seconds.
Yeah.
I did after the state championship. There was a locker room scuffle I was involved in, but that the season doesn't count. But but it was directly after the state. It was directly after the state championship game, so the season technically was over.
Y'all lose?
Yeah, we lost.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I
but I was happy though. It wasn't. I didn't initiate the fight. I didn't start it. It came at me. But anyways though, so the thing with Ja Morant and all that, it's just kind of like I'm just tired of it, bro. I'm just tired of it. It's been too much. It's been from in. I know a lot of people want to just erase all the stuff in the past, but that stuff matters, bro. It's about your mindset. It's about who you are as a person. And I just don't care where Ja Morant goes. But keep him away from Miami.
I think like it's different though, like Ox, when you're in and Swiper, when you're in like the heat of competition, or like you've just lost, or like something's happening, like they're at shoot around, man. Like nothing's happening, and you're trying to give the NBA a good name, and got all this NBA Europe stuff. You're in another country, Ja Morant. I have a lot of friends that work for NBA Germany, and they were there, and Ja Morant just wouldn't give them the time of day yesterday in the media as well, and it was like created this like really bizarre atmosphere where he's sort of like no one really wanted to get around him, but they sort of had to cover him. Like it was one of those things. So. Yeah, I was speaking to him yesterday. It was really interesting to hear what he said, but to do that like publicly, and then for it to go on and actually like want to potentially put hands on a teammate when you're not in competition was a little bit worrying. But
yeah,
and also too, so the Grizzlies, as Damian just highlighted, they are in Germany right now. They will be playing the Magic here in really like 2.5 hours. So literally right when the panel ends, or right when we're in overtime, that game will be starting. And what's even more funnier is that the Grizzlies are just a game ahead of the Clippers. So, no, they're a half game ahead of the Clippers. So if they lose today, the Clippers, well, they'll be tied with the Clippers. So it's looking like the Grizzlies are about to fall out of the play-in, and it's looking like the Los Angeles Clippers
Don't look now. Y'all. Don't look now, y'all. Wait a second, but wait, hold on, because they played 40. The Clippers have played 40 games so far, right? So that means there's still 42 games left to play.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that we still got a whole lot of basketball left to play, y'all.
The Clippers have lost to the Grizzlies 3 times this year. I'm seeing that right?
I don't know.
So yeah, I think the Grizzlies would have the tiebreaker, even if they lose today. It looks like, at least.
Yeah, but
that was all in December though.
Shout out the Clippers. They're 8-2 in their last 10 games. They're on a 4-game winning streak. We all remember they started the season off 6-21, something like that.
Yeah, but so they're 8-2. They're 8-2 in their last 10, but aren't they 11-2 in their last 13?
Yeah. So they started 6-21, and then they just went on their 11-2 run.
Welcome back.
Imagine that.
You did call that, Ox, by the way.
This isn't about me, Damian. I don't want a victory lap. This is about Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, and the rest of the Los Angeles Clippers.
Kobe Brown and Kobe Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Kobe Sanders a little bit.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Hey, right. I told you, Penn. Pablo should have left his ass alone. He done started. Yeah, Swiper. He done started some shit.
Oh, look at them.
I'm pro journalism, bro. Don't start with me.
10th in the Western Conference.
I'm. Don't get me wrong. I am pro journalism. I think
except when it's against Kawhi.
No. Even I'm pro. I'm anti. I'm also pro minding your business though, but I'm pro journalism. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds oxymoronic.
Pro journalism, provided the journalism exposes what I want to know, and what I want.
No, it's not even that, because I do like to learn things. I do like to be exposed to things that I wasn't aware of. But I'm just anti, like, can I come to the party? Like, you weren't invited, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm anti. Look at me.
That's what investigative journalism is. It's like you have to open the door yourself.
This dude mad because they don't want to ask him questions. Like, he just want to be involved so bad.
Well, I mean, they outright said that, like, hey, we didn't know anything. Then they have paperwork says you knew something, and then it's like, well, we didn't know what you think we know. Then, like, can you confirm that? Then they get lawyers involved.
You know what? Take this 32-6. Take this 2.7 steals. Investigate that. Well, in the past few 2.6, 2.7, same thing, Morris.
I think the last 12 games, Kawhi leads the league,
Okay.
which he obviously does over the season. He leads the league in points per game. I think he leads the league in
that's
like
2.2
point efficiency.
Yeah, for the league, for the whole season, 2.2. Yeah, I'm just,
Shout out to Kawhi, man. He decent.
Still,
just one more thing.
Still an elite defender. I don't care what y'all got to say about it.
One more thing though on the Memphis stuff, Ron. The JJJ deal is huge too. Like if they're gonna move him, Swiper, I think it's like 49 mil, and then it increases, I think, over the next 3 with a player option or something like that. So if they're gonna move him, he's a nice piece. I think for a lot of teams at that price, so it's pretty steep. I think it's similar to sort of like the Sabonis situation where, like, he's a nice player, but for the contract and for the amount of cap they're gonna take up, it's a hard one to move. So
I've thought
they
about
move
this
out both of them,
multiple times about making that move for JJJ, because the thing is, he's only 27. He'll be $50 million next year. He'll be 52 the next year, and he has a player option for 53 in his age 30 season. So basically, you get this year plus 3 more years. I'm just kind of like, I'm not that down on JJJ. Could
you thought about the Nuggets making that move?
Well, them or in other teams that, like, if you're looking for me, I'm like, how do you maximize younger players in their prime? So 26 is like start of your prime kind of range. Still a very good defensive player. He has flaws, but if you have a team that can mitigate some of those flaws, and what you really need is a good post player, which he is. He's not like an elite post player. He's a really good rim protector. He's a good switch defender. He can guard in space well, and he has a jumper. Like, he can shoot.
No, he's a good shooter. Jaren Jackson, legitimately good.
So, like, if you could make that swap, who would do it? But you have to have the pieces in place to do it. So obviously, the Reeves thing, no. Like, I don't think that would work out for
50 though, Swiper.
I don't see, but the thing is, so what I do want people to realize though is the salary cap.
Salary cap's going to increase, yeah,
like by a lot. So like $50 million in 2026-27, that's going to be a lot of money, but that's going to be closer to. I have to look at the numbers. I don't want to lie to you, but it could be like 7% of the cap or whatever that is. I don't know what the exact number is. Or I don't want to lie. So, but I do think there's something too that, like, you're going to have more money, but then if you can build a competent roster around that, then it's kind of, for me, like, I don't think he's that bad of a player for people to take that kind of chance on him, given his skill set. How many bigs can you find in the league that are really good shot blockers, really good switch defenders, good shooters, good post players, and that are like 26 years old? The money is a lot, but it's like, what other players do you get that kind of who can replace that kind of value?
Well, I mean, y'all won't. I guess if he was with y'all, it wouldn't really matter that he can't rebound to save his life. And y'all got rebounders, so
yeah.
All right, fellas. Well, I know if I was the Grizzlies, I don't know if I want to move forward with Jaren Jackson. If we get off Ja, I'd much rather just build from scratch. Go ahead and get some young assets for Jaren, and I'd rather just move on.
And then just have
If
the
Ja's
young
gone, they're
kids that
probably
you're
going to have to
building
move
around.
him too.
Jalen Wells and Edie and what's the other dude?
Cedric Howard.
Colin Coward.
And then
Yeah.
GG Jackson, who was supposed to be something, but apparently he was just super young. He got too good too early.
Mhm.
Is
And
the
then he had
rumor.
that injury, yeah.
Yeah. They have some players
And Vince Williams and
Vince
yeah, okay.
Williams, yeah.
All right, well, in the meantime, what you guys need to be trying to do is rebuild the way that you use your basketball knowledge. And you can do that by looking no further than the Splash Sports app, where you can make your picks from 2 to 6 players and you play their player projections, and you simply choose more or less. And the cool thing about Splash Sports is that you don't compete against the house. You play against other fans. They have fair matchmaking, so it gives you more advantages to outsmart the people that you will be playing against instead of trying to compete against the house who knows all the numbers, all the calculations, and it's just an uphill battle. No, that's not the case. Splash Sports will literally put people just like you. So, for instance, me, Damian, Mars, Penn, Swiper, Ox, Chill, we'll all be in the same contest. And it will be my job to make better picks than them. And let's say me and Swiper both get 4 of our 5 picks right. And everybody else, they only get 2 right. Me and Swiper at the end of the day will then split the pot and we'll both be happy and we'll both leave as winners. And we will both tell everybody in the circle that they don't know ball. That's the beautiful part about Splash Sports is you compete against other players, not the house. And we are going to show you guys how to do it right here, right now, with the quick picks game that Splash Sports has. Let's get into it, fellas. What are we rocking with today? Who we got?
We've seen Johnny Furphy get 10 points, right? We seen that.
Can you clarify for me
yeah,
who picked Scotty Barnes under yesterday? Was that
who would
you,
do
Ron?
such a thing? Who would do such a thing?
It would clearly be you, right?
Clearly,
So this is the wonderful
no,
world.
the panel
of Splash.
agreed with me and the chat.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
It was a consensus pick.
Okay. I'll just let you know that Scotty's averaged 21, 9, and 7 in his career against Indiana, but okay.
All right, does he play tonight?
No, he doesn't. You were gonna double down. I know you.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, you were gonna go over.
I've learned my lesson.
Okay, good.
Fellas, anything?
Yeah,
You want to
I'm
rock
looking.
with tonight? Franz is back?
Yo,
Yeah.
why is Franz points 15.5? Because
He's on a minutes restriction. Yeah.
Minutes restriction in Germany.
That can go one of 2 ways. Either he gonna hoop in front of his home crowd or he gonna lay an egg. So either he's gonna go more or less. There's my analysis.
But like way over or way less. He's gonna have 5 or he's gonna have 25. Okay.
Yo,
Come on,
big guy.
Take the I think is Conker on this? Because the Lakers can't guard the 3-point line to save their lives.
Mm-hmm.
17 points or 18 points.
I like that.
Okay, Damien. Way to kick things off. Who's next?
I'll take SGA.
That's team. Yeah. Oh, you also.
What do you want? The points?
Mm-hmm. More.
More or less?
Yeah, it should be more. It's going to be about 32 points today, I think. They're going to be in the game.
At Houston.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, it's going to
Locked
be
in for that one.
it's
Yep.
about 31 points today.
Yeah. Well, on that note, can I get Reed Shepherd?
What do you want with Reed Shepherd? The points or we got options. We don't got to just go points, y'all. Got 9.5 points, got 15.5 PRA, 12.5 points in assists, 12.5 points in rebounds.
Yeah, give me that 12.5 points in rebounds. I'll take the more on that. Reed Shepherd.
Yeah,
points
rebound.
and assists. My bad. Points and assists.
No, oh man.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody else want some of this?
What's Vince Williams' number looking like? Speaking of some motivation.
Legacy game incoming.
7.5.
7.5 points.
I feel like he should go over that, no?
More?
Them say he'll go more.
Well, if you want to take it.
Sure. Let's go more.
Shout out Vince, man.
Anybody
His
else?
first time ever getting picked on this. See Ja Morant boosting his teammates. See, he's a good teammate. There you go.
Until he has 5 points.
And then we will come up here tomorrow and say John knew what he was talking about.
Yeah, take that perks pick.
He really wasn't he wasn't bullshitting us.
So with the perks pick, $10 turns into $180. Yeah, we could get with that. That's a good time right there. Make sure to take the less on Matt Stafford and take the less on Bo Nix and take the more on Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Ron, you do know that the point of doing splash more or less is not to push agendas and to help people make money.
For the love of the game.
Yeah, Swiper.
Okay, well, all
right. You know what? Now let's redo it, Ox. Swiper, you help the people make money. Here we go. No. I want Swipers.
Oh my god.
NFL.
Let's do it, Swiper. Come on. Let's do it, Swiper. Show out, Swiper. Come on.
Nope. I got to do mine later. I take my time.
Come on.
Nope.
The point of this whole thing is
I'll have quick picks for you all.
Help them make money.
Ready for tomorrow, and then that way they'll be released the same day they always release, which is going to be on Friday.
Come on,
letting the people down, Sloppy. You choking.
Same, they'll be available the same time they always are on
Stop
Friday.
running your yap box.
You better than this, Sloppy. Come on, man. Come on.
Hey, man.
Shout out, man.
You better than this.
I remember last year y'all put me on the spot to make 3 picks and I hit. So
I would do it right now, Penn.
Be better than your arch nemesis, Penn.
I don't have a nemesis.
Penn, do something that Swiper can't do.
Pick football, Penn. That'd be fun.
I mean, something that I have sort of learned with the gambling stuff is like if you're not doing it for fun, you're probably doing it wrong.
Facts. For the love of the game, right, Mars?
Love of the game.
Yeah. Like if you're walking in like, I'm gonna make my rent money, you actually need to call a helpline.
I mean, I don't know. I've seen people make their rent money up here.
Yeah, but after their rent was paid.
Yeah, if they keep listening to me and taking the more on Johnny Furphy, yeah.
Facts.
That's got to be the best one of the year.
Stay off them apps.
That's no ball.
That's fact.
All right, fellas, we got some super chats. So let's
read
go ahead
this one
and
first
divert
from
over there.
Reginald.
From Reginald Deborah. What did he say? Hey, Reginald Deborah has tapped in with a super chat. He said, Ox, your moose looking ass really got LeGoat James at 6 in your top 10. You are a nincompoop. Also, shout out to Penn and Jerry's.
I have LeBron James number 7 in my top 10. Not 6.
I haven't heard nincompoop since I was like 10.
Nincompoop is a dope word, actually.
That's like a go-to in the UK.
Is that? That's crazy, man.
I enjoy words like nincompoop, stuff like that.
What the hell is Penn and Jerry's? I know Ben and Jerry's. What's Penn and Jerry's?
It's cold as ice cream.
It's your new ice cream flavor, Ben.
Cool. It's a snowstorm up here in Toronto.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You eating ice cream in
Be safe. Be safe, man.
I eat ice cream all seasons.
Right.
I got some
like hot chocolate all seasons too. I'm one of those. I agree. There's no
Tell
thing
me
as
not
seasonal
putting marshmallows in your hot chocolate swipe.
Maybe if I want to.
He puts and marshmallows, and then he puts the would you put the chocolate drizzle on the top or the caramel?
No, I don't really do drizzle.
Or the Jokic glaze on top?
No, you can just put like what you call it. The
a little bit of cinnamon.
Yeah, cinnamon with the actual like what's the frosting? What's not called frosting? What's it called, y'all?
What, whipped cream?
Yeah, whipped cream. Put whipped cream on it. Put some little sprinkles on it or something like that. Depends on where you get it. I like homemade, like milk hot chocolate, like milk hot chocolate. I don't like water hot chocolate. Never like water hot chocolate.
Spanish
So
hot chocolate.
precious and delicate, Swiper.
I didn't know water hot chocolate.
I got you. All-Star Weekend. I'll make sure that they
Mark.
send
I didn't know water hot chocolate was a thing.
Well, because when you're growing up, like if you grow up like poorer, for instance, or you just grow up with like the packets, you can use a kettle, like an actual kettle, because you don't have milk to use, or you know what I mean. So you can just
or if
use
you're
water,
or
you can just lactose intolerant. That too. It's like the same thing when you used to like. I used to eat hot dogs with regular bread sometimes. Like
I just had water hot chocolate, and I feel personally attacked.
Yeah, it's not the same experience. Like it's not the same experience. It's like walking into a club with Ron with a fistful of 50s. You don't earn it. You have to earn it. You don't want to just buy it. You got to earn it.
So you're saying if I follow your picks in football, fantasy, or whatever,
well,
I might be able to get out of the hood and afford some milky hot chocolate like
Well,
you.
Ron, we did hit a
Help him,
$900 one
Swiper.
earlier this year. So
Let's
Swiper,
go,
he
Swiper.
needs
Come
milk
on,
for his
man.
hot chocolate. Come on.
we're
Come
still
on, man.
doing
Swiper,
Splash.
my kids need hot dog buns. No more, no more.
Hot dog
You know
buns
what I'm
is
saying?
crazy.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do so. Josh Allen more pass attempts today, 29.5.
Wait,
Yeah.
slow down.
Josh
Josh
Allen
Allen.
more pass attempts, 29.5. That should be an easy one to get to.
Don't try to speed through this. You're not going to unexpose how you don't know ball, Swiper.
It's not
Go
it's not
ahead.
speeding through anything. I just read through
Josh Allen, the best quarterback in the NFL. More
it.
passes.
Yeah, I think he
Who's
is right
next?
now too. Now I sold myself a little bit on this one last week, but you know what?
Sold yourself.
Yeah, Christian
full of
McCaffrey
50s?
is sitting at 110.5 rushing and receiving. Now, he's playing Seattle, but the thing is he's not going to run the ball for crazy, but they literally have no one else to throw the ball to because George Kittle is currently injured. I think I'm taking more Christian McCaffrey 110.5 passing and receiving yards or receiving and rushing yards in this game.
That boy is
Boom,
finna be in
baby.
a box. And that box is going to look like them boxes that go 6 feet under the ground.
Whoa. Come on, Swiper. Give me two more.
Come on, Swiper.
Now, here's the other tough one.
Give us one more.
You got this.
So because Patriots and Texans, I think that's going to be a little bit of a slower, grinded out game. I don't know how the carry distributions are going to be in that game, but also if you look at the Rams versus the Bears, they're in a situation where Matthew Stafford has a losing record in the snow. He's horrible in the snow. They're playing in a snow-clouded weather in Chicago, and the Rams are going to have to run the ball. I'm taking Kyron Williams, 13.5 more rushing attempts. Kyron Williams, 13.5 more rushing attempts. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's off the spot. So we'll see what we do. So what are the three we got?
We got Josh Allen more than 29.5 pass attempts.
Yep.
Christian McCaffrey more than 110.5 rushing and receiving yards, and Kyron Williams more than 13.5 rushing attempts.
Yeah, I like that.
That's all you got, Swiper? I thought you had 4.
Oh, you want me to do 4? Okay. You should just do 3. Last one. So I'm gonna go back to let me specialize on
Do your
doing
team.
one for Ron. Honestly, I'm not as confident about that game script and how it's gonna go. So I want to actually go to one I'm more confident in. Go. What you're gonna say?
I was gonna say, so then choose the other team. You don't always got to pick Denver, Swiper.
I don't always pick them. I think the Bills are my most picked team this year, and the Patriots. So I'm going to the 49ers game. I'm actually going to take, just for Ron, Jackson Smith and Jigba, I will take for more 94.5 receiving yards, in part because they don't have any defense, no corners, no pass rush, and Jackson Smith and Jigba could absolutely be going off in this game. But it doesn't mean they're guaranteed to win because Sam Darnold might throw them into he's not been great in all these big situations. But I like that Jackson Smith and Jigba. I feel good about that one.
Yeah, that's a guarantee right there with Jackson.
I don't know, but that's the one I'm the most iffy about.
All right. Thank you, Swiper, for coming up and showing the people what they need to do to get their rent paid. So you guys go and do that. Listen to Swiper because he knows ball.
But if
All
you
right.
put $100 on it, you get $1,200. So
Y'all go ahead and do your thing. I definitely will be taking those picks. I stand with Swiper. But moving along with the super chats, the next one that I got is from Jason Boyd. Jason said, "Hey Swiper, let's have a truce. The AFC East doesn't need to be in the playoffs anymore. You take out the Bills and we got the Pats. You take out the Bills and we got the Pats to see who has the best defense, or y'all lose and we can host the AFC Championship. LOL. Much love."
yeah, this is going to be interesting, man. This is going to be an interesting weekend. The Bills and the Broncos is going to be a tough matchup for both teams. They both have advantages. That Patriots game, Texans game, I just don't know how the Texans are going to score. I think the Patriots are probably going to win like 19-13 or something like that with Drake May. But there's a world where the Texans win that game if CJ Stroud can just show up and do anything. But that's going to be a tough game for sure. I still got the Patriots winning that game, though, by 6. I think it's comfortable, 19-13. Damien, what do you think? Do you have any insight on the NFL at all?
Unfortunately not.
None. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know Mars doesn't. Ox watches a little football. Ron watches a little football.
When Brady went, I was sort of fell off.
You know You don't want to ask what I think?
For the Patriots Texans, what do you think?
No.
Oh, you think the Bills are winning?
How do you know that?
You said this already yesterday.
You left the show earlier yesterday.
Well, I mean, you came on the show talking a lot of smack. So, like, what do you think will happen?
I ran you off the show?
No, I had to go work. Again, my other job.
Well, yeah, man. I think Josh Allen is, he's clear and by far the best player on the field. And so, like, my thing is, it's one of those things where, for better or for worse, when you're the best player on the field and you got the most to prove, what does Chill say? If you are who you say you are.
But Chill also thinks that LeBron would have beat the Houston Rockets in 2018.
Yeah, but they're not the Cavs, and you guys aren't the Rockets.
The Broncos have a much better team, man. That's what I'm only stuck on, Ron. That's the only thing I'm stuck on. They have 3 healthy receivers. They just got Trent Sherfield off the waivers, like out of nowhere. They have 2 good tight ends. I don't know, man. I'm just not super confident in that game either way.
I mean, when it gets to this point in the playoffs, NFL's a different beast. You got
what do you think matters most in the playoffs in the NFL?
Winning the game.
That, of course.
How big is like home court?
So home field advantage is bigger in the NFL than I think in basketball. I think Ron would agree with that, right?
Yeah,
because of the crowd. Like if you play in Seattle, for instance, you're gonna hear like.
But even elements too, though. But crowd definitely affects football more. False starts and all of that good stuff. Getting your offense organized helps your defense as well get hyped up. But I mean, to answer your question, Swiper, it's a tie between defense and quarterback plays. But quarterback play, but not just defense though. Not just being able to shut the team down, but defensive playmaking. Being able to force turnovers, fumbles, sacks, that type of stuff. Like being able to make big plays on defense.
Yeah, that's a tough thing. I'm so maybe it's the first home game in playoffs for Denver since they won the Super Bowl. So I think the Denver should win. But they have the best offensive line in the game. But man, that's Josh Allen's a beast. Shout out to Josh Allen, man. Like,
come on, man. I got the Bills. No, you know what I'm saying?
No, Josh is crazy, bro. I'm with you. I understand. Josh is crazy.
I got to go with Josh.
Who's Josh Allen in the NBA? Like,
there is no Josh Allen in the NBA.
But there definitely for sure is a Josh Allen in the NBA. But Nuggets fans think he's yoke. I don't like Josh Allen like that. I don't think that's yoke. Josh Allen, just for context, Mars, he has in the last 7 games he's played in the playoffs, he has I think 14 touchdowns and 0 interceptions with like a 107 passer rating, which we like the NBA equivalent of like a 64 true shooting on like a 32 a game type thing.
And how many championships?
None.
Okay then.
Is he a big regular season guy too, or is he just a playoff riser?
Yeah, I would say this year he wasn't his best. Last year he won the MVP. I don't think he should have over Lamar Jackson. Lamar got first team All Pro, but he still won MVP somehow. That was weird. That's only happened to one other time, I believe. And then he's probably he could be the best quarterback in football now, man. He really could.
I think he is. Do y'all remember was that 2021? Do y'all remember those playoffs? 2021 NFL playoffs?
Yeah,
that was probably the best. That's
the 13-second drive from the Chiefs.
That was insane. Those playoffs were insane.
Yeah, he passed the ball to he ran a seam route, Damian, like I don't know what the equivalent that would mean in NBA. He ran football, like your actual sport, but he ran a seam route and Mahomes caught him for like 30 yards up the field on a little inside seam, timeout, and then they ran a deep in with Tyreek Hill versus cover it was a shell coverage man-to-man with 2 over the top. Tyreek Hill, who has a 4.1 speed damn near, deep in, ran by everybody 13 seconds to win the game. Josh had a game-winning touchdown. He had 4 TDs in that game. Gabe Davis, I think, had all of them. He gets the ball back with 13 seconds, 1 seam route, timeout, 7 seconds left. Tyreek Hill, boom, boom.
Was that the Super Bowl?
No, that was the divisional round. Like it was the Super Bowl.
But
how'd you have a game-winning touchdown and lose? I've never heard of that.
Bro, I'm telling you.
With 13 seconds left, Mars, it's supposed to be a game-winning touchdown.
It's over.
You're not
supposed to be wraps, bro.
But it wasn't just that game.
Penn says you're not meant to leave any time on the clock. That's what he says.
The Cincinnati
if you remember
game,
better, remind me. But that's crazy, bro.
Like, I think the Cincinnati game was
that
crazy.
wrong about that?
There was a bunch of crazy games.
I'm agreeing with you. Josh Allen.
The Cincinnati went to the Super Bowl that year. Yeah, it was
I
that
think
was a great playoff.
with the Chargers had a crazy game too, if I'm not
The
mistaken.
Chargers were playing the Jags. That was the next year. Chargers played Jags. Herbert had, I think Trevor Lawrence had 4 TDs in the first, 4 interceptions in the first half, and then the Chargers came back and won that game.
Sunshine.
But 21, Mars, you would like this. Not really. The Cronkies, who own the LA Rams, they won the Super Bowl that year. But Joe Burrow, in his second year off an ACL injury as a rookie, had a game-winning drive opportunity to win the Super Bowl. Jamar Chase was wide open down the right sideline in the 21 Super Bowl. He all he had to do, step back, boom, boom, throw the ball. Aaron Donald, literally the Bill Russell, Hakeem Olajuwon, Kevin Garnett of the NFL. In his prime, I'm talking about got off the line of scrimmage, swim, bump, 2 seconds from hike, and then hit him. And then the ball sailed into the ground. 4th down, they won the Super Bowl. It was insane, bro. Like the Cincinnati Bengals should have won that game, but Aaron Donald just decided to be the best player in the world and literally just
My man Joey B supposed to have one right now.
It was over, bro. It was over, bro.
But all right, y'all, moving to the next super chat. I got one from the Jonathan Frazier. Jonathan Frazier said, Mars, I am a Lakers fan, but I am also a Knicks and Thunder fan. Lakers are my A team. Bron is my favorite player. Knicks, my B team. I lived in New York when I started watching ball. OKC, my C team. I like their players.
Is that
I
you,
wasn't
real
tripping. I knew you was a Lakers fan.
No
That team.
integrity.
Lakers, Knicks, Thunder. It's a nasty mix. Nasty mix. All right, the next super chat is from Tupac Westside. Tupac said, "Welcome back, Swiper. I like what I've been seeing from Peyton Watson. Do you think Denver can match whatever offers he gets from other teams in the offseason? They have to keep him."
Yeah, I'm of the mindset John Wallace and Ben Tenzer are absolutely aware of everything they're seeing. They feel the way that I feel, I imagine, from everything I've heard. So I don't see a world where they get rid of him. I do think what's happened is it's created a trio where one of them has to go, and there's a 4th in there, but he's not going to be on the table. It's going to be between Peyton Watson, Christian Brown, and Cam Johnson. And I think what ends up happening in the offseason is they probably offload Cam Johnson and get off that money.
Restricted free agency, right, for Peyton Watson this offseason?
Yeah, so they'll probably match him. Peyton's probably at this point going to get, if he keeps this up, probably 25, 28, or 30. And, which is perfectly fine. But then what happens is because of the aprons, they're in the luxury tax, so they're right below the first apron. And then obviously they added Peyton with all these other players in the roster, they'd be second apron. So they're probably going to have to get rid of Brown or Cam Johnson, owed up the money. But, there are some pathways for them to get more assets back just for cheaper in that scenario. So either way, I keep telling Denver people, they're so wary. Like every show, Pin, they're like, "Oh, what are we gonna do about Peyton? Online, what are we gonna do about?" I'm like, "Yo, this is literally what you wanted. Like, your every draft pick that they gotten in the first round is hit, every one of them. And Adelman is doing a great job, and they're all confident. They're all playing super well. I mean, this is literally what you sign up for when you draft. You hope you get a Peyton Watson. You hope you get a Christian Brown. You hope you get a Jamal Murray. You hope you get a Jokic. And that's their core, including Aaron Gordon. That's literally their core now. I think their core going forward is Murray, Watson, Gordon, and Jokic. That's their actual core with Christian Brown in there. And once he gets healthy too, bro, he'll be back to being a good defender, a really good transition player and stuff. That team is loaded, man. And I just don't. I'm happy, man. I don't feel any negativity about the contract. I think all that will settle when it happens, man. But if y'all have listened to me at all, I've been on Peyton Watson since before he got drafted. I always thought he was going to be a good player, Penn. He just needed an opportunity. But to happen with Denver, I mean, I couldn't say enough about it.
I felt the same way about him.
You know who I thought was going to be Peyton Watson? It's Cody Williams. I thought he was going to be so much better than what he is.
He got hope. He's got hope.
Yeah, but he's. I don't want to say he sucks. He is not good though. Yeah, he's definitely flawed.
I didn't think that though Peyton could take this type of leap so quickly offensively. His thing was always hey, he can be a great defender. He's got length, size, athleticism, but can he stay on the floor because his offense is so sort of raw? And I remember Doris Burke dogging him in the playoffs and that for it on the broadcast. So to see where he's come now is actually insane, man.
Bro, he had a drive yesterday, Mars, where the Mavericks got it within 4. and then they had extended to like I think 11-point lead or so, and then they got the 13 off of Jamal Murray drive. Peyton Watson got the ball off the top of the key, drove in the paint, spin move right, jumped into the air. PJ, everybody flew at him, and then he just like threw it out to Jamal Murray off a back screen, and Jamal hit the three to put him back up 16. And then the Mavs called a timeout. I'm just like he's made so many improvements as like a passer this year, where he gets both feet inside the paint, but he doesn't get lost. And he's able to like still get the ball out. But his mid-range shot has become a real weapon. He had a pull-up three yesterday, like cross half court. You know, he was just filling in the moment, pull-up three. He'll get back into a spot, give you a little bump, turn around over his shoulder, mid-range. You know, I troll obviously about like, you know, him being like 99 Kobe on Twitter and all that, but you know, but I've been calling him that since he was a rookie. So, you know, that's nothing new. But he's really good, man. Like he's one of the he's one of the players I talked to, you know, early on in his career, and was just kind of like, it just felt like he had something in him to be special. And it usually doesn't work out like that. You know, you usually don't have that kind of luck where you are that high in a guy and it works out. So yeah, I mean, it's been great to watch.
Yo, Swiper, you brought up a good point about you guys' core. I think Christian Brown's in that. Y'all remember how good he was playing before he went down?
Mm-hmm.
I'm higher on Peyton.
Last year.
Well, so, Damien, you were going to say you're higher on Peyton Watson?
Yeah, I'd be higher on Peyton.
Is that the case?
If I had to make a call,
is that the case now that you've seen him break out? Because before Christian Brown got injured, he was.
Oh yeah. Before that, Christian Brown was miles ahead of him, in my eyes, anyway. But now, seeing what Peyton Watson can be, and the two-way stuff, and the athleticism, and he's sort of the perfect archetype for a contending team. He's a perfect archetype. I'd be rolling with him if I had to make a call. But I like Christian Brown too. It's just one of those things if they had to make a call on it.
Yeah. I'm with you, Swiper. I think Cam Johnson is definitely
he's luxury at this point, like going forward,
Like you really just like a 1 year, you got 1 year here, because we're definitely moving forward with these two. But also too, like, and I kind of like alluded to this yesterday, Cam Johnson might find himself coming off the bench.
I think. Well, Ron, how do you feel about this? When everybody gets back healthy, we've talked about this so many times about what to do. You know, people, they keep saying to me like, well, you know, Brown is loved by the Cronkies in the front office. He has the extension. You know, if you brought him off the bench, would that affect him? And for me, I'm just kind of like, bro, this is the NBA, bro. You're getting your money, and if you finish the game, you finish the game. Who cares if you start? And you already got your money, Ox. Like, for me, that's how I feel, at least. Like, and he's, you know, you're already a team player. You played with Kansas, and you came off the bench early with them, then you started. Like, this is just the way the league works. But they did say, though, that, like, if you brought Bruce Brown, Cam Johnson, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Valanciunas off the bench, you know, then
that's nice.
Yeah, then you might. Yeah, that
And
might.
I
be
mean,
like,
that's how I think though. Swipe. It's like, but it depends, and I caught a little bit of it earlier. It depends on kind of like how you came up in playing and whatnot. I think guys that come up under Bill Self, come up under guys like Tom Izzo, you know what I'm saying? I think those type of dudes are going to be more adaptable. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to be more willing to do what it takes to win, to succeed. You know, so I wouldn't worry about Christian Brown, honestly. I wouldn't worry. I definitely
we've got two
Tim
Bill
Hardaway.
Self products, and they suck.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about are they?
man,
I was hating on Grady, man. Damn.
Yeah. Well, either way, I think I'm not
Penn,
talking
get
about
off
how
of
good-
Grady's.
I'm not talking about how good they are. I'm talking about their ability to adapt. You know what I'm saying? Their ability to.
Can they keep them all, Swiper? Can they keep them all? I know they might go second apron.
Yeah, they
But
can.
if they win a title this year, they're probably going to try.
That's the thing. They can. The problem with the apron is, man, it's so dumb. Like, I can't wait for it to be over. I think it's 31, 32. If you get in the second apron, you can't aggregate salaries.
You can't do anything, basically.
You can lose draft picks if you're a repeater. And then you also pay an exorbitant luxury tax penalty if you
Lose
think it's
draft
gonna be
picks,
over,
your draft
Swiper?
pick goes to the end of the first round.
After you said in 32, you think they're going to make changes to it?
Well,
Still
yeah, I think they
they're gonna
have
stick with it?
to. I think they're going to amend the 65 game rule within the CBA. So within the CBA window, I think that gets amended. That's my hypothesis. No one said it to me. I think that's my hypothesis. The next one is, I think Jokic,
it's
Wemby,
2030,
and
by
Giannis.
the way.
Remember, Giannis brought this up the other day. He said that like there's a chance where none of the four make all NBA this year, which is Luka himself, Jokic, and Wemby. And I think that obviously is not the intent of the rule, is for those players. But I think that the downside of it is, and I've said this I think me and Penn talked about this too. And Damien, I don't know what your opinion on this is. Obviously, you weren't around at that point. The CBA was put in place not for like limiting talent acquisition. It was put in place for mostly for owners to have an excuse not to pay their entire roster. Like that's what it would put. And then what you could do is
But it was played off as like a small market play, yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And then you could take people's salary, i.e. Josh Giddey, i.e. Cam Thomas, i.e. Jonathan Kuminga, and maybe Peyton Watson if he gets squeezed, i.e. like Austin Reeves 4 years ago. All you got to do is in restricted free agency, hey, we can't pay you this amount of money. So literally we just shrink your contract down to $12 million, $15 million, and then we can use this as a way to improve the roster, stay underneath the second apron in the first apron, all this other stuff. The Celtics were a repeater in the second apron ox. They had a $400 million tax bill on top of the salary cap. Like that's insanity. Like there's no reason for the NBA to be this difficult financially. And especially Ox, if you got people buying trees and whatnot to circumvent the salary cap, which is not just the Clippers, other teams are doing this, then it's also just like, well, what are we doing this for? People are already getting around the rule. Why would we have this rule in place? People are actually trying to follow the law. So yeah. I just think that's a bad situation.
And I don't want to get too deep into this again because I know we went back and forth on it a lot last week, I think, or maybe the week before. But the 65-game rule, I don't think that needs to change. And even with what Giannis said about it, though, I mean, even himself, he said, I mean, what he missed 65 games once so far in his career. I mean, he's played 65 games most of twice. Okay, most of his career. So that's, you know.
No, I'm not saying something to you. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he's made it more most of his career. I don't think this needs to change. Jokic just made it more often than not. You know what I mean? And my thing is, if you start getting older and you start breaking down, and the young guys are coming up behind you and they're still playing and they're making it happen. I mean, out with the old, in with the new. You know what I'm saying? Get your accolades while you're still young.
So a couple quick things. One, Swipey, you said $400 million tax bill.
I believe it was the luxury tax bill that they had to pay.
No, that was not. So it was supposed to go from 50 million to 150 million. That would have been their actual tax bill. So that's the first thing. Second thing, you said loss of draft picks.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Second apron, yes, it's lost draft picks over time.
You don't lose draft picks. Your draft picks move to the end of the first round. Is that not correct?
No, I believe you can correct me. I'm 80% sure about that you lose draft rights later on down the line. I believe that's what the penalty is, but I could be wrong. I'll leave myself open for that.
The CBA runs till 29-30.
29-30?
29-30.
That too.
It's still
like the number you were referencing of 400 million was their tax bill plus their salary. That's the number you're thinking about.
It's still a crazy multiplier though.
I mean, it is, but that's the repeated cost of, you know, having very expensive players. I mean, you get to, you know, if you think about what owners are making, and then you think about franchise valuations, the insane valuation uptick of winning championships. Like, I don't think Joe Lacob has to think twice about what kind of a financial investment he's made into the Golden State Warriors. I mean, that has paid him back 10 times more than it's paid back Steph, Clay, or any one of those players, 20 times as much, right? So again, I think the CBA makes sense. Personally, I think the apron rules make a lot of sense. Personally, I think yes, it is very owner friendly because it does prevent owners from overpaying guys. But I think it does help smaller market teams compete. It does help the Indianas, the Milwaukees, the cap conscious teams that don't have billionaire owners who can just spend into the apron. There are actual restrictions now.
Well, unless they, like, for instance, if the Charlotte Hornets hit on all three of their players, so LaMelo, Brandon, and Khan, that's their cap.
Mm-hmm.
In those three players right there. You know, obviously, the Nuggets are already there. The OKC will be there. You know, we're going to get 2 years down the line, and OKC is going to be teetering because they've replaced it with a lot of new picks, obviously. The Raptors are going to be in, you know, they're going to have to make some decisions, obviously, in the long term, just about a lot of their deals and a lot of their money. The Bucks, obviously, they're screwed. They already, you know, their money's already gone.
The Raptors aren't a small market team.
Sure, yeah. I guess technically Toronto and Canada and all that. But like, yeah, I guess
Also, Rogers, like one of the richest owners in the league. Toronto, one of the biggest cities in. I mean, I'm not sure if you know this, but
no,
in
I
the
know.
world.
Yeah, but I'm saying
So
Toronto.
how are they a small market team?
Well, I think you're getting emotional about it.
I'm not getting emotional. It's just logically, it's logically weird to throw Indiana, Milwaukee, Toronto together. It's just a really weird thing. It would almost be like if I said, I don't know, Somerville, New Jersey, and Denver, Colorado.
I already said Denver, Colorado is a mid market, so it's not a big market. Denver, Colorado.
I think they're both mid markets. I don't think we need to too much.
Yeah, but Somerville, New Jersey is a non-market. You see the point?
You said who?
I said Somerville, New Jersey is a non-market.
Do they have an NBA
team? My point. No, they don't. That's the point.
Oh, okay. But yeah, anyway, Utah, like I think organizations like that, obviously, Provo's a big city too, technically. Utah, whatever. Like I think those teams, those situations, I do think it is it's going to be interesting to see if they're able to develop and draft talent and then keep that talent long term in these particular situations with this CBA. I don't like the CBA. I do think it changes Hawks. But I also don't like the way the CBA is structured in any league, from the NFL to the MLB, even into the NBA. Like they put these crazy stipulations in there about like, oh, we won't test you for marijuana. Now the players have to agree with that. They won't test you for marijuana, but we'll take a larger percentage of the cap. Like that's
and
crazy.
Some of these role players that should be paid sort of adequately have to sort of sign minimums and things because of all the restrictions. But the second apron pick stuff, it says here that the first round pick moves straight to the end of the first round if a team stays in the second apron for 3 of 5 years. So no team's doing that really, I don't think. Boston's a good example.
I'm trying to think who's in the second apron right now that's currently playing. Do we know? Let me see.
I think Golden State in the second apron.
Cleveland is deep into the second apron.
That's right. They are. They're definitely in the second apron. So Phoenix is $25 million in the second apron. Minnesota is $16 million into the second apron, and then Boston, are they still $4 million into the second apron? Apparently,
they ducked it, from what I remember. But let's see.
Well, I'm looking at for 24-25.
But we're in 25-26.
So then it's just Cleveland. They're $22 million in. That's tough. That's a runner, man. Like you have to run away from the second apron, man.
There's a few teams in the first as well, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. There is some glaring topics in the media right now. So we're going to talk about a few of these different things. Also, today, as promised, it is Thursday. So, when Thursday rolls around, we get into our rankings, we get into our list. But today, we will be tiering every NBA team from what they've shown us so far. So, is this team, and we have 5 tiers. It's very simple. We all went to school. Well, at least most of us did. But A, B, C, D, or F. Y'all, should we just abolish the D category? Seriously.
Why?
Should we just do F, like C, F? Or do you think D is necessary?
D is necessary.
Of course you think that. All right,
Ron,
let's
Ron,
go
one
ahead.
second. I went to school, but I didn't always pay attention. So I want to. Can you run
fell
that
right
back?
off
What are we doing?
See what I was saying? You see what I was saying, guys?
My bad.
We're gonna
I was in the chat. I was in the chat. My bad.
Anything interesting going on in there?
Oh, we were just talking about market. We were just talking about market size, and I just had a question because I understand that Toronto is a huge city, 4th biggest city in North America.
Let's see this actually.
But like how? Because you got Mexico City, New York, LA, Toronto, and then Chicago right under Toronto, right? How big? How many? What makes a huge market? Is it the amount of people there, or is it how many people care about basketball?
It's the homes.
Real quick. If like, would Mexico City be considered a huge market if we just dumped the NBA team there? Like, how many people actually?
It's the TV market size. TV market size in the metro population, based on what I've read and reading currently. The Knicks are 1, the Lakers are 2,
yes,
Bulls
let's
are
hear
3.
From the person who thought that Toronto was a small market.
The
5 minutes ago.
The 4th is Philadelphia, 5th is the Mavericks, 6th is the Raptors, 7 is the Warriors, 8 is the Hawks. The Rockets are 8th. The Washington Wizards are 10th. The Celtics are 11th. This is, by the way, from May of last year, and then the Phoenix Suns are 12th, and then the mid markets are Minnesota 14, Detroit Minnesota 13, Detroit 14.
Six. I mean,
Denver
six
15.
makes it a very big market. If you're 6 out of 30, it's a big
Mhm.
market.
Well,
And
Devops,
I'm saying I don't.
Were you talking more like sort of like macroeconomics?
Yeah, I'm more so just talking about like what is it that makes it the big market? Is it how many people can watch, or is it how many people are actually watching or are invested in this team? You know what I'm saying? So I understand how big Toronto is, and mind you, I don't live in Toronto. I've never been in Toronto, but I'm just curious to know about how many people are up there actually invested in basketball, and so what makes these teams big market teams? Is it how large the population is, how much money they got and can actually go to the games, or is it about how many people actually do? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm asking. I don't have a horse in the race either way. I'm just curious to know what makes these teams big markets and not in small markets, you know? Because in Sacramento, it's a small city. You know what I'm saying? Sacramento, 500,000 people. You know what I mean? But we love our basketball team. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
So again, reading through it, it says teams like Los Angeles, New York operate in high visibility settings with millions of potential viewers tuning in to watch televised games. And so apparently the way they structure this is based on your TV market size. So the size of the population and then how many televisions or eyes you get within your city on those NBA games, NBA markets. Like for instance, I'm looking at it says that the New York Knicks, they have a metro population of 19 million people, but they have a TV market size of 7.4 million people.
So swipe it. That's the thing. It's not necessarily because we can talk about how big the market is, but like we if people are watching, then that's not necessarily like yes, you have potential viewers, but how many people in that city are actually tapping in?
Yeah.
And like Penn, I think that goes to Swiper's point. And that
it doesn't.
This isn't a knock to Toronto, Penn. Like, please,
it's number 6 though. It's
this
number
is
6.
not.
Though.
We're
you
not
doing?
trying to insult you. It's just
You're not insulting me. You're insulting your own intelligence. What are you doing?
You got to let Penn get this off. He's about to spontaneously.
No, I'm about to. But what I'm saying is, Penn, I'm not. I could be wrong. What I'm saying is,
you are
what
wrong.
I believe, and here I'm actually just going to use the Mexico City example because Ox brought it up. Mexico City is the biggest city on our continent
in North America.
Yeah. But however, it wouldn't be a bigger market than say Denver, maybe, just because basketball is not big like that in Mexico City. However, it just depends on the way you look at it. Because Swiper said potential viewers. Now, if you drop the team there and the team starts to explode, similar to OKC, and people start to pick up on the momentum and all of that, then it might turn out to be the biggest market in North America, like how it is. But
Can I ask one more question before you go, Penn? Can I ask one more question, Penn?
Yeah, go ahead.
I got one more too, Penn.
Okay. So I want to ask y'all this. So a team, for instance, because Ron just brought up OKC, I think that's the perfect example. Oklahoma City is a pretty small city, right? If you got people that are watching Oklahoma City from around the country, around the world, does that go into the size of the market? Like, is there eyes on? No, that doesn't count.
No.
There's so many things that go into the size of a market. Like, my God, I feel like. Sorry, like some people think that I'm being annoying.
Can you wait for me to put my jacket on before you give us this cold take? All right, let's go.
I hope that jacket has some brain cells. Okay, look, man. Like when we're talking about market, we're talking about population size. We are talking about economic power and the economic structure of that city. Is it a wealthy city or is it a poor city? Is it a developing city? Is it a developed city? Toronto is not just a huge market from an NBA perspective because people here actually care about it. There is a willingness to spend money. So from an ownership perspective, if you're looking at this from a financial perspective, where do you want to put your money? Do you want to put your money into a city? You want to buy a team in a city which has 50 million people, but none of those people have the power to actually spend money to go to games. If you want any evidence of how large a market Toronto is, look at what happened with Kawhi Leonard's stock when he was in Toronto. Did he have a better season than he did in San Antonio? No. Did he have a better season than he did with the LA Clippers the very next year? No. But the popularity comes down to the number of people who cover the games, the number of people who are invested in the games, the buying power of the people who are potentially invested in the games. And if you want any evidence of how stupid it is to put Toronto in a conversation with Milwaukee, Go look at what Toronto Raptors tickets cost last year, and now go look at what Milwaukee Bucks tickets cost this year. They have Giannis. We had Scotty Barnes. They are a play-in team. We were a lottery team. And I'll guarantee you right now, sight unseen, that the Raptors tickets were like 8 times more expensive, and they sold out. They were selling out a lottery team.
That's a high number, Penn. 8 times.
Easily 8 times. Like I've seen games to Detroit Pistons games when they weren't a good team. I've seen tickets to Pistons games for as much as $10. I can't remember like the last time I saw $50 Raptor games, like $50 Raptor tickets. And I'm talking converted to USD. So look, you want to spew ignorance. You want to come up here and say, oh, Toronto is in the Mexico City of conversation. Cool. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Okay. But to the chat who actually wants to have educated discussions with people outside of this community who want to go around and be like, yo, Toronto is a mid-size market. Do you?
Well, Penn, I brought up Mexico City because I was curious to know what makes, the market size. I wasn't trying to spew ignorance. I was saying, what
you asked a great question. I don't think you got a good answer though. Like I think your question,
ignorance. Okay.
Yes, like I think you asked a great question, which is what actually makes a market a big market? Is it just population size? Is it whatever? No, the buying power of the population, the investment of the population, the investment of the city into the team. So yes, OKC is a wonderful example of, and Sacramento are wonderful examples of small market teams that have a tremendous buy-in from the local fan base for their team. But what is the buying power of a person who lives in Los Angeles versus a person who lives in Sacramento versus a person who lives in Oklahoma City? The socioeconomic demographics of those individuals are totally different. And I think Damien could probably talk about that being a difference between something like Sydney versus Perth, right? Or somewhere else, like you can throw a team where people have no money, and what's going to happen is people are going to buy less. They're going to pay less. They're going to pay less for tickets. And every single team prices tickets at exactly the place where they can still sell out. So if people are willing to pay $180 for a lottery team, they're going to pay $180 for a lottery team. Go to a Los Angeles Lakers game. Go to a Knicks game. You're going to pay through the roof. There's also a tourism factor here. Toronto is a huge tourist destination. Milwaukee is not. So it's kind of weird. I understand it's funny to make fun of Canada, Toronto, Drake, whatever. But don't ignore the economics of what a mega city this is. It's a huge city. It's crazy. The disrespect in America towards Toronto is honestly insane.
I love Toronto. Or
can't
Canada.
wait for PT Weekend
Canada.
Toronto.
I love Canada.
And I can't wait for the Penn Dance Festival. It's gonna be a good time, y'all. Y'all might be at the All-Star game. I know where I'm gonna be. But anyways, y'all, we got a couple different things to talk about. Fellas, this isn't at the top of the list, but I would like to get around to it today. Hopefully, I would like to talk about these 4 college prospects because this is the best top 4 that I can remember. So I would like to talk about what they've done over these last couple of days. I also would like to talk about a new scandal that has just hit the fan involving former NCAA players. Prosecutors have charged 20 people, including 15 former NCAA players, in an alleged scheme to fix basketball games. We'll get around to that in a second. But first, this is a topic that has been reoccurring. It has been trending forever, really. Jonathan Kuminga has officially demanded a trade away from the Warriors as he becomes eligible to be moved on Thursday. Shams tweeted this. Fellas, we don't got to spend too long on this, but this is glaring right now in the NBA. What are your thoughts on this? I know we've talked about this a million times. Do you feel any type of different way about it? Is there anywhere that he should potentially go right now? I know he's not playing a lot. Is there any person that they could swap to make their team better, or is there anywhere that makes sense for Jonathan Kuminga?
And free the kid, man. Free the kid.
You want him in Sacramento, Hawks?
No.
No?
Well, you know what? Actually, sure. Yeah. I'm not mad. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Jonathan. He's an exciting young player. I mean, we're not winning nothing. So, yeah, sure. Come on,
There's
JK.
been some smoke there with the
but not for Malik. Not for Malik. Yeah. We just kicked the Knicks ass, kicked the Rockets ass. Yeah, but we still not gonna do nothing though. DeMonte's still hurt. We're not gonna do nothing. But I mean, I'll take that back. I would sure. Hell yeah. We'll take JK, just not for Malik.
It's about damn time that they moved him, right?
But how is he gonna demand something though? Don't get me wrong. He's a man. He's a man. He's a grown adult. He can push his issue, but demanding the trades, like,
I don't know about you guys.
how much interest is there for him?
Yeah, I just want this whole thing to be over, man. Like, this started in preseason, the contract stuff. I just want it to be done, man, because it feels like like they've never like publicly come out and said it, but like Kerr and Kuminga, like, they hate each other. Like, it's pretty evident. Like, they have a fractured relationship. So like, let's just move this guy. He's on a reasonable deal this year, I think, because he took less to bet on himself. So let's just move this guy, man. He has to be moved by the trade deadline. There's no way that he sticks around after the trade deadline. There's just no way.
It just doesn't make any sense for the Warriors. You haven't played him in the last 13 games. He does. It's almost similar to the John Morant situation. You don't want him. He doesn't want you. Like, just get it over with. You're holding him back and you're holding yourself back. And I'm not saying like who knows who they get for him, but it's more than likely going to be something more valuable than what they're doing with Jonathan Kuminga, because either A, they're going to get a piece that they can play, or B, it won't be a disgruntled player. So it's just like, man, how I said, man, free the kid. Let him go be great somewhere else. Or let him go be a bum somewhere else. But let him at least go, become a man. Let him at least go spread his wings.
Think they'll take Kobe for him, Mars? JK to
Brown?
the Clippers? Yeah.
Sure, why not? Yeah, sure. Kobe Brown for Jonathan Kuminga.
But y'all know how it goes, though, like in situations like this where a player demands out and it's like you almost got to get off of them. They tend to go for a lot less more than their value, just because teams know that you got to get off this guy. And they can keep him. They don't have to trade him. Like, they can keep him. But once again, like, when a player demands out, it kind of gets to a point where it's like your chick saying, "Yo, I don't want to be here no more. I want to go." Like, what are you gonna say?
Yeah, that's different.
No,
I don't got her under contract. I don't got her under contract.
I understand that, but we've seen situations like this in the past where when players demand out, when players demand out, they typically go for less because teams know that your value isn't like
they lose
your back's
leverage,
against the wall. You got it. You have to trade.
But Damien, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was trying to laugh, because I'm trying to, like, it's not funny. You know what I'm saying? This is a person's life we're talking about, right? But at the same time, it's like, Ryan, you said that if he demands a trade, he loses value. He's like, what do you mean? You can't lose something you don't got?
I mean, and yeah, but I'm saying no, because when somebody had asked what would he go for, right?
Right. What?
And so I'm answering that question. I'm saying I don't think he even goes for that much. I think they just get him off.
Yeah, I think the intention is to just move him. Like, the Warriors are in this weird place where they want to get equal value for someone that they've created no value for. So it's this weird sort of situation, that he's not playing, but you also want some equal value for a guy that was a lottery pick. So I guess the potential suitor has to. It will come down. I guess it will come down to how much upside you think Kuminga has. Like, what type of player do you think Kuminga can turn into? Like, can he? Like, what is that? What do you guys think that is? I still think he's got some untapped potential. I don't love the IQ stuff. Right. I don't love, some of that real simple basketball stuff that he should have, but he does have, like, the athletic gifts. Like, he is good in transition. He has put up numbers when he's got runs. So, like, what is that in the league? But you just haven't seen him on the floor. So it's weird. And it's weird for a team that sort of needs a wing like that, with Dre sort of declining athletically and things. It's just a bizarre situation.
That's why I did say a second ago, like, actually, I wouldn't mind having JK on the Kings, because although I do think he lacks some IQ things, I think he's still a heck of an athlete. I've seen him do great things. Like, I've seen him play very well before. If Milwaukee needs to just go ahead and give him Kuz for him. You know what I mean?
Jonathan Kuminga and Precious Achiuwa together? Damn.
Hey,
that's
but
gonna
like,
be fun.
Y'all know I said this last year, and I still feel the same way about Jonathan Kuminga. I don't think he's as bad as the Warriors situation makes him look. I think if you put him in a situation where he can control the ball more, like his 19 to 22 a game, I think it looks a whole lot better. But also, too, though, like, the Warriors are making him have to think and read and stuff like that. Some places where it's just like, yo, go hoop.
Yeah.
Go just be a baller. Go ISO. In situations like that, I think he's gonna get busy. He's gonna be the athlete that he is, and he's gonna, he's gonna get downhill.
Like it would be great if John Morant and Jonathan Kuminga and Trey Young and all these guys could end up on the same team. You know what that team's going to be called? The expansion Seattle Supersonics.
Hey, well, take it.
Fun.
John JK and Trey.
That would be fire.
Shit.
John Trey.
Yeah,
the redeem team.
But
I
when
that.
I think about it though, I'm serious though when I think about it, because I was just talking to Ron just yesterday, and I was saying, man, the Clippers need to make a move at the deadline. I don't know what it is, but shit, I wouldn't mind JK going down there. Let James Harden do all the thinking for you. You just get up and down the court.
Do you guys think that, like, Swapper made a great point about, like, earlier in the show about sort of player pedigree when they come up and things? Do you think that, like, the G League Ignite stuff, like, did Kuminga a disservice if he was to go the traditional sort of big school with good fundamentals and things, he would have helped him at the pro level?
Didn't Matas Buzelis go through the G League Ignite?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think if he would have went somewhere where I was teaching him, I mean, because Jared Jack was down there with the G League Ignite too, right?
Amir Johnson as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so I've heard some things about the G League Ignite, and obviously I wouldn't know, but just what I've heard. I think JK is one of the guys that probably would have benefited by going to school, going to college, going to play for a guy like Bill Self. If JK would have went to a Kansas or Michigan State to go play with Tom Izzo, I think he could have learned a whole lot about how to play basketball, how to win. I would have loved to see JK playing for one of those type of coaches.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't there some part of it where those kind of coaches maybe recruit a certain type of player to begin with? So it's like it's one thing to say Calipari produces this type of player, Bill Self produces this type of player, Hurley produces this type of player. They also seek that type of player to begin with.
Yeah, I think JK is an Izzo type of player.
Jonathan Kuminga could have went to any school he wanted to. Bill Self would not have told Jonathan Kuminga no. Tom Izzo would have sold his house to get Jonathan Kuminga. Same for Dan Hurley. But
it takes two to tango. It takes two to
and
tango.
they all wanted to tango with Jonathan Kuminga. I guarantee you.
Izzo,
okay, but does
I think
Jonathan
Izzo
Kuminga want
and
to tango
JK.
with them?
Well, I can't speak on that, Pin. I don't know. Clearly, he didn't want to. He clearly went to the G League. But what I'm saying is, I think JK with Tom Izzo would have been a match made in heaven.
I can't say that I think he would have been better taking a traditional route, but once again, the worst thing that happened to him was going to the Warriors, similar to James Wiseman.
Well, it's interesting, Ron, because the Athletic had an article that just came out recently that said that Kerr's choice was drafting Franz Wagner over him. That would have been interesting to see that swap.
I love how coaches put that out after the fact whenever they feel like a decision went wrong. They'll be like, well, I actually wanted this player.
Well, if it's true, what does it matter?
Let me see. So Jonathan Kuminga is currently making $22 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do a salary dump, to be honest with you. If I was another team, Jakob Poeltl's making $19 million. Pin, if you want to get off that contract, would you make that swap?
Easily.
So I think that's probably what I would do if I was another team. I would just dump my worst contract that the Warriors could actually use. They could use a big. They need a center. That's very easy. Jakob Poeltl, Jonathan Kuminga straight up. Give them a center. We take the contract as a team option. Dump him in the summer.
There's a deal to be had, yeah.
Man, JK living a life, man. You getting all that bread, get to save your body. Shit, man.
All right, well, we'll keep a close eye on Jonathan Kuminga. Once again, he has demanded a trade, so I think he's on the way out, but we thought he was going to get moved this summer. We thought he was going to get moved last year, and he didn't, so we'll just have to see. But as of right now, fellas, we're going to read a couple super chats, and then we're going to go ahead and get into this tier ranking. The first super chat that I have is by way of my man DSG Piccolo. Piccolo said, I'm pretty sure the Reek TD was before Josh Allen threw it to Gabe Davis to take the lead. It was 2 quick passes to get in the field goal range to tie it in 13 seconds. Then Mahomes to Kelsey to win it in overtime. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was a crazy game. One of the best games I've ever seen.
Yeah. Next up, Masinko sent through a super chat and said, "Who's someone out the league that you'd like to see get another shot?" Shout out to Dennis Smith Jr. Also, as a Heat fan, we good on Ja. Respectfully.
I think Kendrick Nunn's maybe a guy where the league moved away from too fast. Like he was MVP in EuroLeague last year, I believe, for
Yeah, he was good.
Panathinaikos.
What's
that
old boy
could be
that the Kyle they turned Taylor Horton Tucker? That was another one.
Yeah, he getting busy.
Or Nikola
over there right
Mirotic, yep.
Well, didn't Mirotic leave on
But
his
Mirotic
own?
left on his own accord.
Yeah, because he wanted to go, but what was he making 15 here? But he just didn't. It was the role he wanted, an expanded role. That's what it was. Because he was playing with without the Pelicans at the time.
Pelicans and Chicago.
But he was averaging like 18 too. He was a good hooper.
I can tell you.
So Bobby Porter's knocked his block off.
I can tell you, Daniel Tice would have played a lot of minutes for the Raptors this year if he was on the team.
Hey, Sam Dekker could still ball.
Utah
Sam Dekker was in the league.
Utah Watanabe as well as a guy who left on his own accord that felt like he had more in the tank.
I got
Billion Hayes will be back.
I think Spencer should still be on a roster right now. All right, the next super chat that we have is from DNE MLV. We are talking about a Hall of Famer right here, so you guys put some respect on this super chat. DNE said Kawhi's current stretch is really cementing something in the scoring conversation for me. The best thing for your team is oftentimes your best scorers shooting 20 to 25 times a game every night.
Yes. Turnover suppression is real.
Sometimes it is that simple, right? To empty the clip.
Yeah. See what you did, Pablo?
Eastside, that was maybe the best regular season game we've had in the last 10 years.
Tupac Westside said, "It will be best to move Ja. A change of scenery may work for him. He has to grow up and make better decisions. He's still young to change things. Dude's real talented, and I want him to succeed."
I want him to succeed too. I just think it's going in the wrong direction.
Can't remember what it was like to be 26. It's a long time ago.
Sorry.
You're not that old.
No, I'm not. But I was like, he's sort of still maturing sometimes. So I wonder
we're all still maturing, but like ideally you're going in the right direction is what I'm saying. Like there is progress year over year. Like
I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you're right.
Yeah, like maybe at age 24 you pull, on an IG live, right? But then by age 27 you pull a knife. That's progress. You're moving in the right direction, right? Can we move in the right direction, Ja Morant? Oh, man.
Mr. What It Is Henry sent through a super chat and said, apparently the Warriors aren't interested in Michael Porter Jr. because they are holding out for Giannis. We need a case study on how they've wasted Curry's twilight years.
If I think I could get Giannis, I would have ruined that by trading for Michael Porter Jr. even.
Do you think they can get Giannis? Do you think?
I said. No.
No, I get what you're saying, and I get that logic. But I don't know what's going on over there in their front office. I really
they're waiting for Giannis. That's what you just said.
You know what, Golden State, I hope you guys get him. I really do. I hope all your dreams and wishes come true.
It's not acceptable though to be wasting Steph's prime. And that's just not for Steph. Like any sort of great player who still can do something and contribute, to waste some of their prime years is like, to me, so it's like so ludicrous. Like I think the Lakers have done it with LeBron. Like I think they're like, even this year, like they're largely going to punt a Luka prime year where he's averaging over 30. Because
they punt this year. I feel like they tried.
Well, I think they're hanging on. They want to hang on to their draft capital, their first rounder, because then they can get 2 first rounders in the offseason to use potentially or to upgrade the team. But sometimes the missing thing is like you also, like if LeBron leaves, like you also got to replace like his production. Like that's like 22, 5, and 7. That's sort of walking out the door as well. Plus you're maxing out Austin Reeves. Like, is it worth? Like, I'm never of the belief that you should punt any years. Like, I hated like the end of like Kobe wasn't Kobe after his Achilles, but I hated like sort of the end of how his run went. Some Dwayne Wade years as well in his prime were sort of like punted. Like Steph's had a few years as well outside of any years he's had injuries. Like, I just don't love it when guys are on bad teams, but they're still sort of all timers.
Do you think there's any moves the Warriors can make that would make them contenders?
I didn't think they should have. I don't think they should have brought Jimmy in. Actually, I think I thought that was a bit of a desperation move. They were on. They were gonna miss the playoffs last year. I thought they should have just let that thing run its course. I think that
So they
bringing
should
in
have
Jimmy's.
punted last year when you just said they shouldn't punt. I'm confused.
No, I don't think Jimmy was the right move. Like, I think KD was the right move, but by all reports, KD didn't want to go back apparently. But I didn't. Jimmy's like.
What did they? It was just Andrew Wiggins and what else for Jimmy? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember off the top of my head.
That was a light trade. No, I remember I was asking around about it because Jimmy was apparently you could have got him for like just a nice little swap, but people, I guess Jimmy personality rubs people the wrong way. I'm just not one of those people. I think Jimmy's like he's him. He's his own person, but he's a really good player. I do think their roster was just flawed around Jimmy and Steph. And
it's flawed, yeah.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah, no, for sure.
They haven't got a center in years. Like
they've been mismanaged. Yeah, 100%.
But if they stay healthy though, in the playoffs last year,
maybe could have beat the Wolves.
That's what I'm saying. They go to the.
We could have beat the Thunder, and then maybe could have beat the Pacers. Maybe could have won a championship. And then all of a sudden, they didn't punt the season. Crazy.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's still a move that the Warriors can make. I just kind of to Damian's point. I don't know if I trust them with making the right move. I don't know. I think Michael Porter Jr. is kind of quite obvious at this moment in time. So for them not to want him, I think it's kind of weird.
Dutch Pride, Quentin Post. Shout out Quentin Post, man.
They also got Al Horford. Washed, but still.
Al Horford been decent since he's been back. He started off bad, obviously, but old man stuff. But he's been decent for a little minute. Jimmy Butler's been good. Steph's been good. Draymond plays defense.
I don't think they hit on like Pods, Moody. Obviously, James Wiseman was the James Wiseman situation.
I think Pods has been great for a 17th pick. I don't know what you expect with a 17th pick in the draft or 16th or wherever he was.
Well, remember, they got
later. Wasn't he 19th?
19th. You get the 19th pick in the draft and you get someone who's a legitimate rotation player by year one. Yeah,
I think they went draft, but remember the three ones that they really took chances on. It was obviously Wiseman, which was supposed to be their ace in the hole. It was Moses Moody, who was a top 10 draft pick, I believe. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. And then
14.
John Kuminga, 14. And then John Kuminga was 7. Was he 7 in that draft?
Yeah, he was top 10.
That's what I'm saying. Like
it's just like the Jonathan Kuminga thing hurts so
the
much
big one
more
was
when
the
you think
Wiseman
about
one.
who was picked after Jonathan Kuminga. Franz Wagner, one pick later. Alperen Şengün, Jalen Johnson, and it's just like those are all players that actually fit what you do.
Mm-hmm.
So that really
been fun.
Şengün would have been interesting, but
Trey Murphy as well. Trey Murphy was
the Pods pick doesn't really bother me. I don't like. I look at the picks after. Yeah, like they should have took Cam Whitmore, who is on the outs in Washington. Oh, they should have took Derek White.
Sorry, when I meant miss, I mean like
I
think they rate him too highly in terms.
Cam Whitmore heard that Jonathan Kuminga demanded a trade, and then the second he heard that, he called his agent and said, "I'm demanding one too." I've never heard of a more mid player than Jonathan Kuminga demanding a trade. Have you? What is like
you don't know about Furkan Korkmaz demanding multiple trades out of Philly. You weren't that. He demanded so many trades.
Korkmaz is better than JK.
That man, Furkan Korkmaz, demanded a trade like every season, and no one came calling for him.
That's a great.
But he was trying to get out. Marquise Chris demanded a trade out of Houston. There's been some interesting.
I don't know about Marquise Chris, but I know that
there's been some trade requests, man.
Korkmaz is better than JK. I don't know about Marquise Chris though, but Korkmaz.
There's been some trade requests, man.
Shout out Korkmaz. All right, fellas. The next super chat that we got is from MP13. MP said, Ox, let him know who's coming. In Kawhi, we trust.
Great regular
I
season
don't,
player.
I don't even let him know.
Shout outs to
Phenomenal
DeMar
regular season player.
DeRozan. Shout outs to DeMar DeRozan for passing Kevin Garnett in the all-time scoring list. That is a
Yeah,
huge,
D-ball.
huge accomplishment.
Absolutely.
Huge
Yeah,
accomplishment.
D-ball.
Mhm.
Probably the most underappreciated scorer ever.
I don't know about that, but
In the modern era, anyway. In the
that now
modern era.
makes
I mean,
three
depends on what
players
you
from
wanna
the
say,
2009 draft,
You asked me.
2009 lottery picks, James Harden,
Yeah.
Steph Curry, plus DeMar DeRozan. All three guys picked in that famous 2009
If
draft.
I
I'm gonna
say
tell you
all
like
top
this,
30
though.
scores of all
most
time.
underrated
Wow.
scorers that like people don't remember. For me, that's still going to be players like Kevin Martin and them that were like legitimate.
Oh yeah,
scorers.
oh yeah. I'm talking about guys that are somewhat.
Kevin Martin would
like,
get Kevin Martin would get hated in today's game.
Yeah, but we were
Oh,
kids.
'cause he
who
was
cares?
a bum.
Yeah.
I'm talking
He
about
wasn't
guys
a
like
bum.
on the all-time
That
scoring
free
list,
throw
like,
merchant.
20.
God damn.
Just Kevin Martin was just soft as hell.
He was a
I don't wanna
consistent
hear
20,
his
man.
name.
Shout out to Kevin, man.
But he was
Kevin
How
Martin
many
would
soft.
just
points
show
is
up,
that?
give you his 20, lose, and go home. That's like the
Just
perfect one.
soft, bro. That's
That's
terrible.
Hey, did you
But
see-
I'm gonna tell you like this though. If Debo would have got drafted to a bigger market, maybe he would get more respect.
Shouts. By the way, I don't know if you saw I put my dog, the real Lynch in the weapon for the Dallas Mavericks in the 2000. You saw I posted Josh Howard highlight
I
on
didn't see
Twitter.
that.
It didn't get no real luck. We don't really remember Josh Howard. Josh Howard for me was a
Who don't
dude.
remember Josh
Mark,
Howard?
he would average 19 points a game
It's kind
for a while.
It's kind of
No,
funny.
man,
DeMar was a really
Josh Howard
DeMar
was
was a
dope,
really
man.
No,
big
but come on,
deal
Mars.
in the NBA
Did
for
you,
like
have you ever
a
actually
while.
sat down and watched Josh Howard
was.
before, Mars?
I watched him by
And then he got
proximity.
traded from the
No.
big market and he went
No,
to
no.
San Antonio. And
He
Sacramento.
I
was
want
in
you
the
to-
game. He was in the games I was
No,
watching.
Mars. I
So
want
I
you to
saw him.
actually take time to like watch
And
a
that's
game.
facts.
Just watch a peak Mavs game, like when they're 05, 06.
I've watched.
Wait, Morris, you don't know about Josh
watching for
Morris?
him.
But don't watch Dirk. Don't watch Dirk. Just watch Josh.
Watch
your
Josh.
scouting number
Watch
one.
Josh.
wide
Morris.
receiver
Watch
one.
Josh.
Josh
Like I said,
Howard.
I
was-
wa-
Wait,
I watched
Morris,
Howard by
you don't know about
proximity.
Josh Morris?
Apparently, I don't.
He said he was
Apparently.
by proxy.
But no,
He said
I'm
by
asking. I'm
proxy.
asking you.
Yeah, I'd like to think I do, but apparently,
Oh, okay,
I don't
okay.
know.
No, but I'm saying I
Hey,
want
now
you to watch
Josh
him.
was cold.
And look, and
If
by
he
the
would-
way,
if he
people
would have
can say
never
what they
got on the
want.
radio talking about that weed.
It was Josh Howard. Another one that nobody really cared for, obviously, was Bobby. You know, we were talking about Bobby before Ox that played for your team. But I would also like to say again, I was a kid. I was young. I wasn't watching hoops to be a nerd. You know what I mean? Shout out to Deshaun Stevenson. I liked Deshaun Stevenson's game. I thought he was good. I thought he could hoop. I think that's somebody else that people would enjoy watching. Not
Deshaun
Jason
was
Terry,
alright.
too big of a name.
You should have
Go
just left LeBron alone.
Steven Jackson used to be getting to it.
Steven Jackson with the
exists,
Spurs
right?
was
David
crazy.
Jackson, yeah.
Jason Terry exists.
Gerald Wallace was crazy. He will give it to you for a little bit.
Shout out Kendall Gill. Shout out
Kendall Gill was cold.
Oh wow.
What are we listing here? Just players who played in
Some
the
dope
NBA.
players
players?
from some
Players
players
that
from
we
their
like to
favorite
see.
era. that
Underappreciated
get-
scorers.
Yeah, that don't get
Scores. And you said Gerald Wallace before you said Jason Terry.
No, I didn't say scores. I just
Oh,
was
sorry.
saying.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought-
we
that's
just
why I
talking
asked.
about
What are we
some
talking
players.
about? We should
No,
talk
No, I
about
mean, Gerald Wallace
played
was just a
basketball.
player I like.
It's
Gerald-
also
well, you know-
not
Oh,
a
good
competition
scorer.
of who the correct answer is. It's more so just
Right.
same players you
Yeah,
remember.
yeah.
And
No,
Swappy,
it's
you know
definitely
I
a
can't.
competition.
You know I can't have this conversation without bringing up my man Karan Butler. You know
Karan
I
Butler.
just can't do it.
Karan was
Karan
cold.
Butler was
You know I
crazy.
just can't do it without bringing
Hey,
up Karan.
Corey Maggette with the Clippers was crazy. Shout
Oh,
out to
another
Corey
free throw
Maggette.
merchant. Yeah,
Since we're here,
yeah.
shout out Twan. Shout out
Hey,
Antoine Walker.
Hey, shout out again. Hey,
Oh.
there's old boy in the chat, Adam. Hey, Adam.
Antoine
Shout
Walker
out
might be on my
Francis.
list actually. Antoine Walker might be on my list.
Franchise.
The,
Antoine
the,
Hey,
the, the
Bettina
hate
Mobley
Rushmore?
was like
Mine
that.
too.
Y'all didn't watch
Mine
Hoops
too.
for real. Y'all didn't watch
Anthony
Hoops.
Walker
Hey,
on
I'm
my
talking about
hate
early
Rushmore.
Kyle Lowry. Early Kyle Lowry.
Rockets Kyle
Antoine
Lowry?
Jameson, yeah.
Pre-breakout Kyle Lowry. Fat, body
Memphis
fat Kyle
Kyle
Lowry.
Lowry?
That one.
That's under.
Can we
Antoine
shout?
Jameson.
Can we shout out John Salmons too?
John Towns was
Sharif
cold.
Abdur-Rahim.
Hey, man, matter of fact, the
so Brandon
Kings-
Bass is gonna get
The Kings had a bunch of them kind of guys. They had a bunch of
yeah.
them just off script. Nobody watched
Just
them
don't
for
bring up
real
Kevin
kind of
Martin.
players.
Mike Bibby, yo.
Nah, that was too bad. Everybody knew Mike. Mike went bar. I don't remember the game. I remember the numbers. Marge, you probably pull it up because you got the you watched this by proxy. We were watching Iverson highlights. Mike Bibby and Allen Iverson had a gun off one day. I don't know if Ox, if you even remember that game. I don't know if they both had 50, but they was going
remember
back and
that.
forth. I think it was in Sacramento too. That boy was cold, bro. Jamal Tinsleyville, that dude was crazy.
Jamal Tinsley
TJ
was dope.
Ford was crazy, bro.
Nah, he
The
was
league
alright,
was
he was
crazy,
alright.
bro.
He was
Shout out
alright.
to the
But
league.
Jamal
bro.
Tinsley was nasty, yo.
Jamal, hey, Jamal, put him up on you, bro. He was strong too.
January 24th, 2006, Mike Bibby had 44, AI had 41.
Man, what a game, bro. I remember that like it was
6.
yesterday.
If
Bro,
you
Mike
care,
Bibby
Kevin
was
Martin,
cold.
Kevin Martin had his
That's
regular
like
20.
crack
As always,
Kevin Martin was a
had his little
bum.
20. Who
Kevin
cares?
Martin
He
was
had
a
his
bum.
20 and went home. He had his 20.
I need y'all to
and went home. That was his
understand that
job.
Kevin Martin was a bum.
No, he wasn't.
Look, yes, he was.
No, he
Swiper.
was-
He is soft as hell. I've been in the gym with Kevin Martin. He is soft.
Yeah, he ain't physical. You know what I
was
mean? He ain't
talented,
good.
though.
But
was
look. I remember the
Yeah,
first.
you
I
don't
went
need
to
be physical
to
get his 10 free throws. Who cares?
So Swiper. You know Eric
Mark,
Armstead.
share that-
He played
share that YouTube
he played for
on
the
YouTube,
he played for the
please.
he played for the Jaguars now, right? Eric Armstead. He used to
Yeah,
play
yeah,
for
I
the
remember
Niners.
him. Yeah.
So his pops Gus used to train. He was like one of the biggest trainers in Sacramento. He used to train me and my sister. He trained all the NBA guys. DeMarcus Nelson, all them type of dudes, right? He used to put on a big program called the SBDL. The first time I ever went to that, Mike Bibby and Bobby Jackson were playing against each other. These dudes stepping across half court. Whop. Both of them. Bobby Jackson trying to get at Mike. It was dope. It was dope. I ain't know. I wasn't expecting at that point. I wasn't expecting him to be taking a step across half court, firing it. And then a few years later, Swiper, when I was able to start playing in it, I'm on the team with Matt Barnes, and he is killing Kevin Martin soft ass. Oh my God, Kevin Martin is so damn weak, man.
All right, fellas.
Hey, Penn, have you ever been?
and then-
I'm
and
adding
then-
Kevin
and
Martin
then-
to your list. That's all I know.
And then
Have you tried therapy,
Kevin Martin
Penn?
went Kevin Martin went to get my little brother his autograph.
Man, I'm about to
Forgot
give you a
about
little-
that.
Probably
He got-
heard
he
what
got-
you
he
were
took a- He took a
saying.
loss.
That's
He took a
right.
loss. He took a loss. That's what that is. Penn, have you been to therapy before?
Oh my God!
could you in the chat
It's
bring- you
another,
doing
it's
too much,
another
bro.
joke that didn't land.
No, it's not a
Okay.
joke. I'm asking you. Legitimately are like kind of on a spectrum, bro. Like you keep trying me, and I'm leaving you alone. Like I've been leaving you alone this whole time, and you in the chat still bringing me up. I'm saying, Penn, I'm being nice. Like there's a lot. Damien reached out to me today. There's a lot of stuff going on, so my energy is very much. I can completely redirect it your way if you really want that kind of attention. I mean, I can give you the attention you're looking for. The problem is, Penn, you're gonna get emotional, you're gonna get mad. I'm gonna say some things that I don't want to say, and then all of a sudden it's gonna go left again. Then we have to have a call behind the scene. I'm literally trying to leave you alone. I'm literally chilling today. I'm being for real. I'm being nice. I know I got a lot of stuff to handle later. I'm trying to keep it cool. But Penn, you made 3 comments I've ignored. You put something else in the chat that I've ignored. I'm just telling
What did I put in the chat? Well, you literally just said I remember it like it was yesterday.
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you.
It's a phrase to say he remembers that there was a game where Mike Bibby and AI went off. It's not that, oh yeah, I remember January, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, he had 40. Like everyone knows the turn of phrase. which is
You
why
said
he
they
knows.
both scored 50. Did you not?
No, I said
and it was 44 and 41. Like they both went crazy. Like everyone knew what he meant. But that's why he asked if you went to therapy, because like sometimes you struggle to understand phrases and you take everything literally. Like he's genuinely
Fellas,
looking
That's
out.
not something that therapy is going to fix.
I have.
Yeah,
therapy
that's
for
why.
everybody
That's
right
why he
now.
once again. That's why he asked it. Once again, not to be taken literally, but you missed it again. Like that's the point he's making. You keep missing things that aren't meant to be taken literally because you keep trying to take them literally and have your gotcha moment with it. It's it gets annoying
Fellas,
after a while.
I
for people
have
like that.
therapy for everybody right now. This should help everybody get off their high horse. This should help everybody lighten up, and this should help everybody tap into their highest basketball knowledge that they got. We have all the teams in the NBA. As you guys can see, we have a category A, we have a category B, C, D, and F. Chat, what I need from you guys is to give us an order right now. All 6 people on the stage. Everybody will get one team. And your job is to place that one team in the correct tier. Now, at the end, we can go around, and if there needs to be some adjustments made, or if we disagree on any teams, we can go through it and make some corrections. But as of right now, once again, everybody gets a team, and your job is to do the right thing. Chat, order, chat.
Hold me
Somebody
down,
send something
chat.
through.
Hold me down, chat.
Y'all just want to talk about Penn versus Swiper. We got bigger things to do today. We got bigger fish to fry. There we go. My man ZBT62 came with the order. Damian, Mars, Penn, Ox, Swiper, Ron. So Damian, you are going to kick things off. And ironically, the first team that you have is the Warriors. So what tier would you put them in? A, B, C, or D? And this is just simply based on how good you believe they are today. in the realm of NBA teams.
Can you bring up the visual? I like to see the visual. I think the Warriors are based on right now, not based on what they can be in a playoff series potentially. That's the criteria.
Yes.
Yeah. What is the criteria? Can we get that before I have
Just
to go
the
to therapy
criteria is
again?
based on how good you think they are. So if you wanna put that in terms of championship contention, if you want to put that in terms of just contenders, or if you want to do it in terms of how they're playing right now, it's really kind of up to you. But how good do you think they are based on the other teams in the NBA? So
kind of like a power ranking
Are we
thing, just
assuming
based on
health,
tiers.
or are we like this Denver team? No Jokic. Are we?
no, I would assume health. I mean, because Jokic is
Okay,
going to be
assume
bad.
health.
Christian
Are
Brown's
you
going to be bad.
factoring in playoff pedigree and playoff experience? Like, is this supposed to be like a? Because I mean, there might be some teams that are exceeding expectations because they're playing guys high minutes. They've had a lot of health health luck. But then there are certain teams that are decimated by health and maybe chemistry. Like a team like Cleveland, I think on paper we can all agree
They're a D.
probably. Okay. I mean, you could probably say like Cleveland has playoff experience. They have a star,
Yeah.
all that stuff. How do you rank that versus how they're actually playing right now?
That's up to you. I could see Cleveland being anywhere from I think a D's harsh, but I could see Cleveland being anywhere from B.
Ron, I need
C,
this.
or even A.
I need this very straight. I'm on the spectrum.
Let's just have fun with it, fellas. Come on, let's go. Let's just have a little
I can't
fun,
say it's what you believe. You can add playoff pedigree in there. It's how good do you think the team is?
All right.
This isn't based on this isn't a playoff ranking. This is right now today. Do it from what we've seen so far in this season. What tier do you think this team's in? You guys, we've done this with scores. We could do a scoring tier, and you guys know exactly where you will put somebody. This is similar to that, except for just the whole team. Where would you put somebody?
I'm gonna put them in the C tier, Ron.
C tier.
I think that's fair.
Let's get them in there.
All right, Golden State is a C tier team. Next up, who was second? It was on you, Mars. Yeah, Mars. You have the Utah Jazz.
Did you say
I
F?
think you froze.
I did. I said F.
Oh, they didn't free song.
I said F.
Rock, you gonna
Utah
send,
Jazz.
you gonna send Diesel the link? I ain't seen Diesel in a minute. He in the chat.
Utah Jazz.
When are you only
are
trying to pull
whopping
up so you can talk about the college prospects? That's why.
big fat F. Yo, John, I got you. If you're trying to pull up, I got you. Utah Jazz are a whopping big fat F. Pin, it's on you next. You have you can't make this type shit up. Hey, and just so you guys can see, I didn't touch anything.
That's
Pin
fine.
was third on
Make
the
your
list.
pick.
I didn't choose Pin to be third, and I didn't choose
I mean,
the order
you
of these
did.
teams.
You did choose the comment.
What comment?
It was the first comment.
Was
No
it the
matter.
first comment?
Yeah, it was the first
Yeah.
comment.
I also watched them move the Raptors up the list backstage.
Yeah, that's what I
Because-
get your
because-
joke off, Ron. Yeah.
Okay, first of all, this is
Actually,
W
since
hosting
I
by
did
Ron.
that, I'm gonna move them to the right place. It was actually the Nets up here. I'm sorry.
What the hell, man? Just move the Raptors back so we can avoid somebody else putting the Raptors in the D tier and me crashing the entire episode
Go-
and we not getting through the entire list. Okay, so
Go ahead,
I'll put
Pin.
the Raptors
I
in
will
the
let you,
B tier. I'll put them in the
B
B.
tier. Okay.
Mhm.
Beat you. That's solid.
I'm not mad at it. Big Ox.
It's on
Milwaukee
me.
Bucks.
D.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You said D?
D as in damn.
Makes sense.
All right, Swiper, you have the Brooklyn Nets.
I put them D right next to the Bucks.
All right. Hold on right quick. I'm sending John D the link.
So the Nets just on an F tier team, I guess.
All right, you
I don't
said,
think
you
so.
said D?
That's love, Swiper. That's a lot of love.
D for them.
Crazy amount of love. All right, next up, I got the New York Knicks. This was tough. I mean, it's between two tiers, but yeah, I got to put them as an A tier team.
Say what?
Yeah, we don't think so. You know, we don't feel that way. Debo don't feel that way.
I mean,
Pin.
Jalen
Hey,
Brunson
Pin.
did go out.
Hey, Pin. Precious Achua don't feel that way. I don't care who went out. That's a them problem.
Hey, 20 and 14. Shout out
Precious
to
Achua don't
Achua.
feel that way.
I'm gonna put Houston in the A tier.
In the A tier?
That's fair.
Fair?
I think they
Can we
win.
get an S tier?
they
Because
can
I
win
feel
it
like putting some of.
Well,
Damn it.
the A tier is supposed to be the S tier.
Oh
The
man.
S tier is the highest tier. The A tier is the highest tier.
It don't matter what we call it,
Can we reorder it afterwards?
I mean, we
Nah,
make
OKC just
proposition.
gonna end up at the bottom of the tier. There's nothing wrong with it.
John D in the house. What's going on, man? We're
Diesel.
gonna add you to the order.
What's up,
I'm
John?
a
What's up, John?
hold up. So Damian, you just picked with the Rockets. I'm gonna add you in right now, John D. We putting you on the spot. As you can see, we're tiering the NBA teams. We got A, B, C, D, and F. You are coming in with the Pacers, which is kind of easy.
Why would we just skip E?
John D, we can't hear you. Just so you know, I know you're looking all excited, but I just wanted to let you know we can't hear you.
Not camera ready, John D.
Yeah,
You know-
this
you know
is
what I
this
mean?
what this what happens when you just be letting anyone up. But you know,
No, we can't hear you.
The standards,
is
the
not-
standards are just dropping. It's
That's
okay.
not how the
All right,
alphabet
John
works.
D, we'll let
A,
you
B,
we'll let
C,
you tap
D,
in soon.
E.
Yeah, but E gets ignored in these. E gets ignored.
That's crazy.
well-
work. I was always wondering about that in school.
John
like,
D,
how come
you
we just
could
dish
Yeah,
it?
I always
John,
demand
you
justice
could
for
always
E,
sign
but, like, it
language
never-
what
it
letter
never
you
happens.
want us to pick or type it in the chat.
Mars, we'll just leave it. It's just back on you. You got the Pacers. Do you want to make them a D2?
No, I'm gonna. So both my picks are going into the F tier. Nice. Put them in the F tier as well.
All right, next up, Penn, you got the Miami Heat. This is an interesting one.
B.
B?
I mean, okay, now C. Drop them to C.
I think that's pretty reasonable. Big Ox, New Orleans Pelicans.
F.
You take a F. Swiper, the Phoenix Suns. This is an interesting one right here.
That is an interesting one. I'll give them respect. I'll put them in B. Shout out to the Suns,
Not
man.
mad at it. I don't hate it.
I was
Let me put
expecting
them
C
ahead
for
of
them.
this
That's what's
team.
up, though. Shout out to the Suns.
Yeah, that looks a little better. Than
Me and Mars is go. Oh, so you go down.
It's Jalen Green coming back this weekend. We'll see.
Off the
I
bench.
cannot wait for Jalen.
No, Jordan Knott's already announced he's starting. Nice try.
Mm.
Nice try. We don't come.
I
off the
just
bench.
hope. I just hope he's healthy and ready to
You
play.
said we
man.
don't come off the bench.
Yeah, we don't come off the bench right here. You know what I'm saying? We starts.
I'm very excited to see him back, man.
Now everyone excited.
All right, I
man.
got the
Stay
Sacramento
excited.
Kings.
Test,
the
test,
Kings
test.
are on a.
Oh, you
Hello,
good?
you good? You
Oh,
Yeah,
good?
you
cool,
good,
cool,
you
cool,
good.
cool. Word. All right, let's go.
All right, I got the Kings. They are
act
on
like
a
you've
3-game
been here
winning
before.
Yeah,
streak.
man. Come
Bro,
on,
it's been
bro.
like, bro, I done missed half the season. I done missed
Act
half
like
the-
you've
half the
been
season.
here
I'm half the
before.
year.
Are you even warm? Did you stretch before you got up here?
Yeah, I've been up all morning. What you mean? Been up all morning. I got up, went and got my coffee, cleaned up. I'm straight.
John,
some
John
yoga?
got
Let's
that
get
freshman
to it.
energy. Yep.
Shout out
Ready to
John D
rock.
bringing the energy to the panel, man. It was much needed. It's been a dry day today, John. I've tried to get the guys fired up, but we in the dog days of the season, so they not really, look at them.
Man, let's
We
get
haven't
to it,
talked
man.
Trying to leave on
Before the
time
NBA
today.
story
That's why
yet,
we're
you
trying to
know?
leave on
Speak
time
for
today.
yourself,
That's
man.
what it is. Yeah, we're
Facts.
trying to
I got
leave on
stuff.
time.
I got shit to do today,
Yeah,
man.
we got
so
things to
let's
do
keep
on
it
this
moving,
fine
man.
day.
Yeah,
Thursday evening.
I bet y'all
I've
don't.
got nothing to do, man.
All right.
And I know
Hey,
Memphis
Hey,
is
Ron,
like,
you're
don't got
gonna
nothing
be
to do
by
up here.
yourself.
That's all right. Hey, the chat will be with me.
I'll be with
But
you. man.
anyway,
Chat
see?
don't love you,
See?
Ron.
Shout out Damien. But all right, I got the Sacramento Kings, a team that I definitely don't love back, but they are on a 3-game winning streak, so I'll go ahead and put them in the C tier. Jokes, y'all. Sacramento Kings are F tier team. That's what it is. John D, once again, you can't make this type stuff up. You got the Chicago Bulls, my man. Where are you gonna put them? Where do they lie?
We gonna put them in D tier. Nah, we're gonna put them in D tier. Josh Giddey's
Yeah.
cool. Matas, I like Matas as a transition player, as a play finisher, somebody that can get out in transition, finish around the rim and push the break. But as far as like the half court stuff with him, I still have my little concerns with him. The Lakers have been monitoring Isaac Okoro, who brings athleticism. So I've been monitoring him closely.
I want to ask about the Lakers.
They're next up. What you mean?
Not for you.
Yo, Ron, come. Let me get these two.
No.
Let me get these two.
He's up here for 2 minutes. This Jonathan Kuminga trade request right here. We just making demands. Like, what's going on?
Damien, it's on you, Damien. It's on you, Damien.
Damien, you got the Los Angeles Lakers, my man. What you want to do?
B tier.
I think that's fair.
B?
B. They're a dark horse, technically.
I have my reservations on the Lakers.
They ain't a tier bad.
John D was talking crazy coming into the seat. I ain't seen you since.
Hey, listen.
Marge, am I
take it
wrong?
I take it back.
He was optimistic.
Yeah, he was. Your co-host was coming at fire, flames.
Yeah, listen. It's been an underwhelming season. It's been an underwhelming season down there in Los Angeles.
I don't understand how it's been underwhelming. You Laker fans are folding.
No. This is the thing. Okay, but this is
Scary ass fan base. Scary ass fan base.
What you mean?
Scary ass fan base.
This team still has
front runners.
No, we still have a ways to go. We
Y'all
still
front
have a
runners,
ways to
John
go.
D.
We have things we need to do. We have things we need to take care of before we can be hosting that Larry O'Brien. That's just what it is.
I mean,
that's just what it
is.
is.
That Andrew Wiggins host the Larry O'Brien.
Okay. There's like 16 different people talking.
But it's really only like
Andrew
2 teams
Wiggins
right now.
Gonna help you carry that Larry O'Brien.
First off, if we get Andrew Wiggins, I'm back. We could take
You're
Andrew
back.
Wiggins. I'm back.
Where'd you go?
I'm back, bro. No,
my
because
God.
This is saying the Lakers
We'll
could
let
host
him know.
Larry O'Brien. That's not happening this year. There's still things we have to work on throughout the entire roster.
But
Straight
John,
front
that's a part
runners.
of the season, though.
Exactly. But I'm saying we are still a ways away. We are still a ways away.
Andrew Wiggins isn't a ways away. That's one move.
Okay, that's a move that pushes us in the right direction.
Make
That's
a
a move
trade
that
for
pushes
Jaron
us in the
Jackson.
right direction. Going to get athleticism, going to get defense.
What about
You know
Jaron
what
Jackson?
makes it even worse, Diesel? You know
Look,
what makes it even worse?
I ain't even.
Is you got what makes it worse, Diesel, is that you got Lakers fans like Real Talk and Damo that come up here and they try to make these things seem like it's just so profound, so in depth. Like, oh, we're doing this, but on the surface it looks this way. But I know that it's not as good as it. Like, y'all not Lakers fans aren't all that in depth, man. Y'all are surface level fans.
Now we're surface level fans. Now we're surface level fans because I want to ask for more defenders to put around our defensively limited superstar. How is that surface level
offensive
fan?
players too.
What are y'all? Y'all in third seed right now? Third or fourth right now? Where y'all at?
I think we're fourth or fifth in the West.
Oh, y'all fifth. Y'all fifth. Right behind.
All of that
Minnesota.
stuff is so close. They're like right.
But they're 2.5 games
Yeah.
from the second.
Yeah. So
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah.
man. This is crazy, man. You Laker fans are front runners.
John D, funny.
Fake, just
Now
fake.
we're front runners.
Y'all are
Now
shallow.
we're front
Y'all are
runners.
shallow. Y'all shallow fake front
Now we're
runners.
shallow.
I'm
Now we're
who's
shallow.
the
I've been
worst
saying the
fan base
same
in the
thing
league?
about the Lakers, mind you. I've been saying
The
the same thing.
Lakers.
I've been saying the same thing about the Lakers. Our defense is an issue. It's an issue. I've been saying this all off season. Now, I did
Y'all
come
gonna
in
turn
with a
on
little bit
every
Wiggins
of
supposed to help
superstar
that?
except for
but
Kobe.
it's say again.
The fans.
Y'all will turn on any superstar.
With
Y'all
Luka-
have
Luka
to
I haven't
run.
turned on Luka.
Give it time.
I haven't turned on Luka. If you've
To
been
be
watching,
To be fair,
the Hoop Talk podcast,
John D been defending Luka.
I've been defending Luka.
Give
Are
it
you
time.
job,
defending his
John.
defense?
Good job.
Mr. I can carry the best
Look, here
offense
go
in the
real
league
talk.
without
See, here
LeBron
we
and
go
AR.
with this.
That Luka.
Trying to be fake profan.
Hey, I've been defending Luka up here too. So
Fake ass pastor.
you
I'm
doing
not,
God's
I'm
work.
not switching on nobody.
That's who.
Yeah, but your fan
what's his
base
name
is.
made that
Rod,
skit
what?
about? Drewski. When Drewski just made that church skit, he was talking about real talk.
Real talk ain't the pastor of the main congregation. Real talk does the children's Bible hour. You know when the children get moved to the other room,
That's
he the
the
pastor
most
for the
important
kids.
part of service. You tripping.
And you know what, Swiper? He
That is
early
very-
morning
that
at
is very
Sunday
important.
school scamming kids out their lunch
Can't
money in the
scam
allowance.
kids at Sunday school.
Well, real talk doing it.
You just
They don't give no
indoctrinate,
money.
yeah.
They be back there.
Real
I'll tell
talk.
you what. There's a
Your
big
parents-
mat. There's
so
multiple rooms.
So your
big
mama
mats
never
with
gave you
little
money
mat-
and said go
little
put it in the
car
collection
places.
plate.
They don't got no money to put in the plate. They be back
My
there fighting, bro.
my grandpa used to give me $3 to put in the
Johnny,
collection
I'm talking
plate.
about a fight
And
between
real
two boys over
talk,
a girl.
and real talk, taking it. Real talk is you out here robbing the kids in
Some
Sunday
people
school.
just shake that plate and pretend they put something in there.
Shit. So hey, and Damien, some of us put our hand in there and come out with more than we came with.
Yeah, that's the
That's
Lord
why they're
giving
doing.
you what you
That's why they're
need.
doing
That's
like
what that
QR
is.
codes and stuff like
That's
that.
a generous
now, man.
donation
That's why they're
from the
doing all these
Lord.
QR
Oh
code stuff.
And now
man.
you know how he's affording the milk in the hot
That's a
chocolate.
blessing right there.
It's
Damn.
hard out here.
Stealing from
But,
the church
all right,
collection
fellas,
plate. That's nasty.
we got to get back to
They
the list.
still-
though.
they
We
stealing
can't talk
from
about
us?
the fake Laker
I'm
fans
Robin Hood.
and
I'm
how they
Robin Hood.
scam.
Take, you know what I'm
Who
saying?
you giving back to?
I steal from the
people.
rich and keep it. Steal from the rich
Hey,
and keep
Ron,
it.
Ron,
Big.
Ron. Hey, if you
Ox,
want
Big,
on
Swiper, we got to
Slash
get back to
Lord.
this list,
Ron, who
y'all.
you
Yes.
giving money back to? What's her name? Cinnamon.
Nah, I'm done with cinnamon. I'm done
Cinnamon?
with cinnamon and all spices. You know, hey, I like diamonds, pearls. You
Nah,
know,
you moved on to
those
stage.
are the
You
ones
told me
that I like.
yesterday.
Jades, rubies.
you know. Hey, Ruby a bad mother. hey, Ruby the one.
Mhm.
Shout out Sapphire. But all right, y'all. Hey, shout out Sapphire.
Yo, chill, bro. Chill.
Hey, Ox no. But anyways, next up, who we got? It's on you, Mars. Yeah, it's on you, Mars. You got the Minnesota Timberwolves.
My bad, real talk. My bad.
Rate
It's
the
not
rate the
gonna be
Timberwolves how I
green,
rate Sapphire.
Crazy.
We'll put B, A, B, B, A. Pick one, Ron. I said both of them. Whichever one you put, I'm just saying, yeah, that's the one I went with.
I think it's
I
an
think
A,
B is
man.
proper. I think B
You
is
know what?
proper.
You know
I
what?
think
They're
I'm
better
gonna
than
just
all
put
the
them
B
right here.
teams.
We're gonna move on. I'm gonna let the chat decipher where they should be.
They're A, man.
They're saying A for sure. Yeah, we can go A.
All right. Good job, chat. Minnesota Timberwolves are in the A tier. Next up, we got the Portland Trail Blazers. Who are we on? We're
It's on
on
Penn. It's on Penn.
The
Penny
Blazers.
Hardaway.
It's on me.
Yep.
You
You know where to put them.
Blazers, lasers.
D, I think that's
I
fair.
can't believe the Nets managed to scam their way into the D tier. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
Crazy work.
Hey,
Crazy work,
that is
Swiper.
insane.
Crazy
Put 'em
work,
The-
Swiper. You know
The
that.
Nets would be where they
Give-
belong.
Give me a series.
that is
give me a
crazy.
series with Jordy Fernandez or Billy Donovan. I'm taking Jordy.
Mm.
The Nets would be where they belong soon.
Hey, Ron. Hey.
A
Just
for the
make this
Nuggets.
easy.
We can put OKC A as well. Just save
Yeah.
it one time.
Yeah. It's A.
All right. Swiper, you were gonna put OKC at A, right?
I feel the same way about OKC you feel about Black.
About who?
Who?
Black.
What?
You know who
Black.
Black is.
Black.
Yeah, the one who serenaded you in Atlanta.
Oh,
yeah, they definitely A. They definitely A for sure.
Damn, Ron.
Let it burn. Let it burn.
Liam McLean. We don't do chill on Thursdays anymore. Liam McLean.
That comment was unnecessary.
No,
but
it's true. You
anyways,
know what
I
that's
got
what
the
I'm talking about.
Memphis.
He left
Let it
Sapphire
burn.
for Blackhawks, by the way.
Whoa, what is happening?
I got the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt right now. No, I can't. They're in the D tier.
D is benefit of the doubt for Memphis.
I was gonna give them the C.
Oh, well, they're definitely not F. They're definitely not F.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, D is fair. D is fair.
All right, Damian is back on you. You have the Dallas Mavericks.
Is it me or John D?
Oh, yeah, no, it's on you.
It's on me. Dallas right now.
No Anthony
got
Davis
injured
for a
last
couple months
night.
either?
Yeah, Cooper got injured last night as well. Let's put him in F.
He got
man.
injured
Let's
last.
just do it.
Yeah, he rolled his ankle. Gafford rolled his ankle.
Damn.
Hey, Penn, trade
F.
trade me this time. Trade with me, Penn.
Who you got?
I got Detroit.
He wants the Clippers.
You got Detroit. You want the Clippers?
Yeah, you take
Why
Detroit.
don't
Let
you,
me
why,
get the
why don't you just tell me what you want to do with the Clippers?
It
Well,
doesn't
because
hit
I
the
want
same.
I want us to have our own mind. I want you to put the Pistons where you want them. I'll put the Clippers where I want them.
Cool.
I got the Spurs though.
Yeah, you got the Spurs.
Oh, it's on John.
I'm gonna put the
Oh.
Spurs in A. I know there's been a lot of discussion about like the Spurs beating the Thunder 3 times in a row, which is really important because I do think the Spurs do generate some matchup problems. But I'm not sold on Wemby's offense all the way. That's where I would like put them against OKC. I don't think Wemby would be as good as you would want him to be offensively in a series like that, versus like you're putting a lot of responsibility on those guards, whether it's De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, Devin Vassell, for them to execute offensively. And I just don't think that's the best formula to beat OKC. And then it's like the first 2 games, Wemby shot like 62% on all jump shots. That's something you want to bank on, him knocking down those shots consistently, to be my guess. I still think OKC will probably beat them in a series. But as far as like against other teams, I think with their defensive floor, they can beat teams like Minnesota, like OKC. I think they would have a really good shot against Denver. But yeah, I still think they're an A-level team, but I wouldn't say they could beat OKC yet. If I'm just scaling these teams against OKC, especially like the Spurs or the Nuggets or the Timberwolves.
All right. The San
No, my
Antonio
bad.
Spurs have found themselves in the A tier. Next
got
up,
mixed up,
Mars
man.
is on you.
I got mixed
You
up,
got the
man.
Clippers. If you want to trade with Ox, you can do that, or you
Oh,
can put
yeah,
the
sure.
Clippers where they belong.
Okay, yeah, Mars. Yeah, Mars. You take the Cavs. I'll take the Clippers.
Cool.
Big
Well,
Ox?
Ron, we were talking about how good they are right now. They've won 11 of the last 13. This is clearly an A-tier team. Clearly an A-tier team. Kawhi Leonard is the best player in the NBA right now.
First
Where's
A-tier
Chill when you need him?
non-playing team. First A-tier.
Where is
non-playing
Chill
team.
when you need him?
I mean, this team, they got their feet up under him. If Kawhi wouldn't have rolled his ankle and missed him those 10 games, it wouldn't look like this. They'll probably be the 5 seed in the West right now.
Talk about it.
So,
Don't worry,
so,
fellas.
So this is Mars's
This
fault.
isn't becoming an Instagram post. Is
This
it?
ain't got nothing to do with me. Although I
This-
stand with up.
You traded.
He said this
Yeah,
is becoming an Instagram.
No, this will become an Instagram post, and this will be
Okay, so what, y'all want me to put him in the B tier? I'll put him in the B. Go ahead, Ron. Put him in the B tier. I don't
A
want-
is
I don't want-
fine.
put them in the C
Don't
tier
let
where they belong.
people deter you.
They're not a
C
C tier
for-
team.
But C
Your
for
opinion
Clippers,
was A. Your opinion was A. We'll stick with
Yeah.
A. That was your opinion.
literally
Right
their
on,
name,
Mars.
man.
Thanks for supporting me,
Yeah.
Mars. I
I
appreciate
stand
that.
with you, man. Yeah, I stand with you.
Hmm.
All right, the Pistons.
Is that on me?
Yeah, it's on you, Pen.
Man, you really can't make this up, can you? It feels a lot less meaningful for me now to put this team in the A tier, but they are an A tier team.
Shout out Detroit basketball.
The Cavs can join the Warriors and Heat.
Damn, Chill will be so disappointed. Shout out to the Cavs, man. They are a C tier team. C for Cleveland or C for Cavaliers. Next up, it's on you. Hold on. Oh yeah, you got swapped. It's on you, Swiper. You got the Celtics.
Ooh, funny enough, yeah, definitely B. Shout out to them, man. Definitely B.
Salute to Boston. I have the Philadelphia 76ers. Ooh, this one is tough. Where is it?
I dare you to lie on our name.
Fifth seed? Mars, yes, our name. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, I dare you to lie on our name.
But unlike Ox, I'm just not gonna, use my fan hat to put them in the.
So you telling me the Clippers?
You
have-
do
they're
not think the Raptors are a tier better than Philly. Let's just stop lying.
They're not.
You don't think
They're
that.
not.
Okay, then. So put them where they belong.
Let's go, Philly. We in the B tier. We in the
Yeah,
B
good
tier.
work. Good work. Good work. Good work.
Damian, you circling back around. You got the Washington Wizards.
F.
John D, you have the Orlando Magic.
I had reservations for this Magic team coming into the season. We were on that Paolo's gonna form into that top 15, top 20 kind of guy, and they're gonna be contenders because Franz and Paolo are gonna take this lead. But I got him at C tier. I really like the improvement from Anthony Black. Jalen Suggs continues to show how valuable he is for this team, but I can't get past the offense and the lack of 3-point shooting. I just can't.
They're up to 27 from 3-point percentage. So, it's
Yeah.
improvement from last year.
It is improvement, but I don't know. I don't like their chances in the postseason as much as I did coming in.
Funny, some people said they would be the best team in the East.
Yeah,
Good
believing in
times, good
Paolo will
times.
do that to you. I don't know what to tell you. But, yeah.
All right, okay, because
Great
I'm still
stuff.
there. I'm still there. It's gonna work out.
All
It's
right.
gonna work
Hey, me-
out. It's still
Me too, John. I'm still there
Hasn't
with you
been too
too.
bad, to
Just
be
not
fair.
right now. We have the Charlotte Hornets. Mars.
D2.
What?
Where should they be?
They're about as good as the Bulls and Blazers.
Mm,
They're just
Tim,
not
where should they
healthy.
be?
no, it felt wrong in the moment because I'm a fan, but yeah, it's right.
What you think they could
You wanted them
potentially
higher?
see?
You wanted them C? Oh,
I just didn't
okay.
want them next to the Brooklyn Nets. They're so much better than the
The
Brooklyn
Nets
Nets.
will move down. We unanimously agree the Nets should be F tier. I don't know why we haven't moved them yet.
Ugh.
But it's fine.
All right. Well, we'll get to that just next. Ox, you have the Atlanta Hawks. This is the last team. Where should they go?
C or D? I'll go with C. I'll go with C for Atlanta.
All right. Atlanta jumping into that C tier. All right. This is what we got,
Can we move the
fellas.
Nets? No.
Who's
In
typing?
the we'll get to that in a second. I just want to announce it to our audio listeners. In the A tier, we have the New York Knicks, Houston Rockets, Minnesota Timberwolves, Denver Nuggets, OKC Thunder, San Antonio Spurs, Los Angeles Clippers, and the Detroit Pistons. Actually, we just go start here. Is there any team up here that you guys would like to propose that a team gets moved elsewhere?
Clippers C or D
Clippers.
You said
C?
Clippers to C?
or D. Yeah.
Doesn't have my vote.
Yeah,
Okay.
Prince is being a hater. I
I'm
wouldn't
not
be
being
mad.
a
I wouldn't.
hater
Be,
at
I wouldn't.
all.
I wouldn't be mad at Clippers and B, but C is ridiculous and D is just dumb. But yeah,
All right.
I'm cool. I'm cool.
I see what
I'm
you did
cool
there.
with B.
Deep
Preface it as very subjective power rankings.
I mean, they're all subjective, right? Doesn't need to be
So
announced.
Clippers to C. Who's all in favor of Clippers to C?
C.
B. I'll go with B.
Yeah,
I'll go
B's
with
cool.
B.
I'm cool with B. Let's do B. I'm good with B.
They still don't have
All
my
right.
vote, but if it's B, then
Who-
it's B.
I'm not good.
Who's all in favor of Clippers to B? Still,
Can they
All
go
right.
lower? No?
Can they go lower?
I'm in favor of Clippers to C.
So
But
one,
you got to
two,
be majority.
three.
That's
How
not
does that make
the
sense?
majority to me. That's not the majority. That's not the majority. It was 3 against
John,
4.
you on board or no?
That was 3
fine,
against
fine.
4.
Cool.
No,
All
John.
right,
John
no,
D.
it's 4
Been,
against
John D.
3.
Been seeing what the Clippers have been up to. There's no way you put them in a C tier right now. You
C,
said
B,
who?
that's cool with me. Either one.
Okay, so that's
Either one.
4. There's your 4 votes. He said
Well,
it's
no, really, it's,
we all-
it
we
really
all-
is like 3.5. He just said B or C is fine, but
John,
Well,
it's
Ron,
up to
we
you.
already.
You-
Okay,
you
okay.
already
it's
voted.
really 3.5
What's
against 3.5.
everybody voting on? What's everybody voting?
We already voted
I'm
him
voting-
into B. So how can you vote him to B? And
Okay,
then
B
that's
is fine.
double, that's
B is
double,
fine.
that's
Okay,
double
then
jeopardy.
fine.
There's laws
Yeah,
against
yeah,
that. This
yeah.
is America.
All
Pen to
right,
D.
God
These
damn,
are
this
these are
look,
international
this ain't
YouTube.
finna affect Kawhi,
These are
all right?
international
Kawhi
YouTube
gonna
waters.
be all right.
Nah, all this work
Yeah,
you putting
okay,
in and y'all
yeah,
want to
yeah.
disrespect?
I feel like
B
Oz
is-
just let them move down too freely. Like, you should have fought for them in A. You would have had to.
It wasn't gonna happen. Everybody was already on that. These dudes have been so heavily influenced by Pablo.
The first 15 games mean so much to
We
you guys.
don't
Like, you guys
care about
remember what was
Pablo.
happening in November.
Oh, you
I
care
get
about Pablo. You said that was affecting Brook Lopez's game. So you care about Pablo.
Yeah, it's a distraction. I think everyone
All right,
everyone can
so-
see that.
Tier B. These are the teams we have. We have the Phoenix Suns, Toronto Raptors, Los Angeles Lakers, Boston Celtics, Philadelphia 76ers, and now the Los Angeles Clippers. Does anybody want any team in this tier to move up or down?
Yeah, the Clippers.
Nets
So
can
can
move.
we
Really-
move, can we
Really,
move
it's
on
the
to-
Raptors
can we
because the
move-
Clippers
yeah,
are
can we
far
move
better
on
than
to
the
the C
Raptors.
tier? Yeah, can we move on to the C tier then? I think the B tier is
Is
fine.
everybody's good here?
I
Nets
might
can move one down.
actually.
Well, the
consider
Nets are in
moving
the D tier,
moving
not the B
moving the Celtics up to the A tier.
No, thank you.
Anybody in favor of that?
Nets can move down one. For me, anyway.
That's fair. If y'all want to do that, that's fine with me.
What, move the Celtics to the A tier?
No.
Nets down to D.
All right, yeah. Well, so
Nah.
we'll jump to the Nets. We'll just go ahead and get them down. So the Nets
Thank you.
are in the F
There we
tier.
go. Now the list is perfect. Good work, guys. There we go. We don't need to change.
Is there
anything.
anybody in the C tier that you guys want to move up or down?
I'd have the Hawks in
Mm,
D, but I don't care that much.
Yeah, the Hawks need to move down. They're not same
Yeah.
tier team right now.
Yeah.
I'd
what
have the
other
Hawks
I
in
agree.
D,
I
but
agree.
it's not. Yeah, whatever.
Who's all in favor of the Hawks moving down to D?
The Hawks move down.
I think they got better when they got rid of Trey.
Okay, they went from D. They went from D to D.
It's hard because some of these teams are like high Bs, low Bs, or like low As, high Bs sort of thing.
Yeah.
But
Can't wait for next month when Dyson Daniels hits a 3.
That will be fun. Yeah, that will be fun.
he's
How
not
do you
even
miss
looking at the
every
rim
single
anymore.
3 for an entire month? That's crazy.
Yeah, he's taking like one a game. I'm sure Michael Jordan has missed every 3 for a month. Let me actually check. Yeah, let's see.
Is there anybody
He's
in the
definitely
D
not
tier
taking
that you
one a
guys?
game. Is he?
Is there anybody in the D
Who
tier you
cares?
guys would like to move up or down? The D tier is the Milwaukee Bucks, Chicago
This
Bulls,
is full season, right?
Blazers.
Dude.
So we might
Dyson's
need to-
shooting 11
MJ
points
missed
a week.
every 3 from December 2nd to January 17th.
Damn.
That's
How
That's
many
your
did he
goat?
shoot though? How many did he shoot?
MJ missed every 3 in 22 games. Man, that's crazy, man.
What was that, like 7 threes?
9. But
No.
who cares? Good try.
All right, y'all. This is our tier list. This is what we rocking with. Chat, let us know how you guys feel about this. If you're watching the video right now, but it's not live, comment on it afterwards and let us know if there's anything that we did bad, who did it,
Wait.
and let us know how you feel about them. Only negative
Wait, Ron.
comments. Yes, Big Docs?
I kind of feel what Big Tank is talking about in the chat. If you pull that back up, I wouldn't be mad at switching Charlotte and Utah.
Utah.
So we gonna beat them by 516 and we're gonna be a tier below them?
I mean,
Okay,
they,
but what
they-
did- what did-
they
what did
do
the-
have
what did
the
the
same
Clippers-
record?
What did the Clippers do to Detroit and Houston?
I was with you. You're the one who was like, oh yeah, I'm fine moving them to B. You're the one who stood off your nuts. I was the
right.
one. I was the only one
You're
standing there.
No,
Yeah,
you're right.
you
jumped
You're
off your nuts.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
You're right, Mars. You're right. But shut the fuck
You-
up.
hey.
You're right. You're right.
MJ
You've been
missed
on the
every
peanuts
three
this
from
whole
January
time. Now
29th
you
to
decided to
March
step off
16th,
them?
by the way.
Nah, you're right.
Just so
You're
you know.
right, Mars.
Yeah.
You're right.
Hey, but
Sure.
the Jazz and the Hornets do have the same record. Just to throw that out there. But that list is set, y'all. Good job. I think we did a great job on this list. Moving on, we got super chats, fellas. So let's see what the people got to say about what we got to say. Obviously, you guys already know we do this every single day. But in case you're new in here, make sure to like that video. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to become a member. And if you're kind of up in the air about what membership tier you should join, become a Hall of Famer. That's the best tier for you. All right, y'all. Ali Bowman sent through a super chat and said Giannis going to get the same treatment KD got if he goes to the Golden State Warriors. Clearly the better player, but Steph fans are going to deride and change history years after they win. What star want to deal with that? Question mark.
Well, Giannis has the benefit of already having the championship finals MVP without Steph in the way that Kevin Durant doesn't. Also, Steph is not in his prime anymore.
Also, they're not gonna win.
Steph fans, I think, know Giannis is better than him today. Whereas back then, Steph fans back then were saying, yeah, Steph was better than KD. They were just in the minority as opposed to the majority in 2026. But yeah, so it's a bit different.
Goon King Forever sent
Real
through a
talk.
super chat and said, Pin, I don't think the Nets regret taking Yegor over Queens. Yegor is more portable and is 2 years younger. Queen is closer to a ceiling, in my opinion.
Jaeger been cooking. He looked awesome yesterday. He's been
How
the
how old is Derek Queen?
Gotta
20,
be like
21.
21.
Yeah, he was an older.
He's
I don't
so
think he's
freshman.
close to his ceiling, by the way.
Right. Oh, he's so
Derek
old.
Queen?
He's 21.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be like 21. Oh yeah, he's basically a finished product. I'm not gonna do that. But
Yeah.
I'm not
He
as
is
high on
closer.
Derek Queen as like.
Yeah, he is closer to his ceiling than some of the
Why?
players.
Because he's a couple years older.
No, because he's been playing basketball longer. He's been playing basketball at a high level like this for a while. He's been a featured guy. This is his game. I'm not saying he can't get better. He can get a lot better.
But if you
But-
have no idea where these dudes cap, where their ceiling is, you can't say that. Maybe Yegor is just not gonna get that good. Did we ever take that into
It's a
consideration?
possibility, yeah.
Yeah, but just because someone says you're further from your ceiling doesn't mean you're going to achieve your ceiling.
Right. Yes. Right. But that goes
It's just
both ways.
it's just
what I'm saying is if the finished product for both of these dudes, let's say the finished product for Derek Queen is a 15 and the finished product for Jaeger is 11 and Derek Queen is at a 5 and Jaeger is at a 4, Derek Queen's still gonna get better.
yeah, but Jaeger is not at a 4 and Derek Queen is not at a 5. I think in order to make what you're saying make sense, we'd have to actually make it so that it reflects reality. So if Jaeger Demon is a 10 in terms of like his total out of 100, what he can add to his game, like we can see it, right? Like there's a trajectory of growth that we've seen with Jaeger just 1 year, 1.5 years now that we've been watching him BYU. We're seeing the pull-up jump shooting. We're seeing all these things come into his game. If you watch Derek Queen in high school, this is pretty much who he's been, hasn't he? Like this is pretty much who he is. So I'm not saying he can't get better. He can't get better as a defender, jump shooter, whatever. But it's just like it's fair to say he's a little bit closer to his ceiling than some of the other rookies like Cooper, Jaeger, Ace, Dylan, who have just way more to add to their games. That's not to say they will add it. It's just to say Derek Queen's already added it, and this is where he's at right now.
No doubt. I can get with that.
All right, the next super chat is from my dog. Tupac Westside sent through a super chat and said, I objectively think they could, but it would have to make sense. Like if they brought back Bardock.
Is that a DBZ thing?
Yeah. So the tweet, the super chat before this was from Liam McLean. Liam said, DBZ question: Could King Piccolo return even if connected to Piccolo? Be great for him to return as the main villain again, just upgraded.
Yeah, maybe for sure. By the way, we have a very interesting Oscar race that's going to be up. We have Marty Supreme, which is Timothy. How do you say it? Timothée Chalamet, I believe is how you say his name correctly. And then you have Leonardo DiCaprio and then Michael B. Jordan that everything will be up for Best Actor. And Timothée already won for, I think, the Golden Globes, if I remember correctly. I don't remember who won SAG.
What's Leonardo's one? The one battle after the other? And then Sinners is the other one, yeah?
Yes, it sucks that all three of them are lining up in the same year. I think this is the year that Forrest Whitaker won for Last King of Scotland. I don't know if that was 7 Pounds year. I know Will Smith, I believe, had a movie that season, but this might just be one of those years where we're in an interesting place.
But Swiper, what the hell that got to do with King Piccolo?
It's anime, man. I'm looking at my anime list, and I was like trying to figure out, like, you know what I mean, like where I'm at with certain things and all that. And then I was looking at the movie list right next to it. You know,
what the hell that got to do with King Piccolo?
They're still making Dragon Ball Z's, like new Dragon Ball Z's.
They have a Dragon Ball Z Super.
Okay.
And
Damn.
I don't know where it is right now and everything else. I've gotten off on some other things at this point, but they're a Super. All the universes fought.
You're done getting off on Dragon Balls?
No, I mean, I'm definitely gonna watch when they relaunch.
I haven't watched these films that you're talking about, but I hope Michael B. Jordan wins.
It's gonna be tough, man. Leo was crazy.
Yeah, well,
Leo was.
You should watch him. You know, have that opinion. Maybe Timothy Chalamet. Maybe what if he, if he did his thing, he
I'll
deserves
tell you right
it.
now, man. Michael B. Jordan doesn't win. I'm gonna be out there with the tiki torches. Be really angry.
I don't know. Timothée was really good, and
Okay.
Very talented, yeah.
But you did see Ron. What's the name? One. What's Iman Shepard's ex-wife? What's her name, bro?
Oh, Tiana.
Tiana Taylor.
Yeah, she won Best Supporting Actress in Golden Globe.
Shout out Tiana, man.
Hell yeah! Shout out to Tiana.
MP13 said, "There's a lot of quote unquote journalists out there, as you know, Swiper. You see them all the time online. Be careful what you read out there, people.
Beware of false prophets."
People get really mad if you like. They got mad at my dude for he misquoted that somebody was with Clutch still, and I guess it got aggregated all over the place, and so then he corrected himself, and people were really upset with him. It's like, yeah, it's very grueling work, man. You got to be perfect.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, journalist guys, how did you feel about all the outrage that happens with the NFL reporter?
With the lady.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, how did you? Because you guys like journalism, so how did you guys feel about that?
I mean, they a lot of people felt a certain way about it. I'm just, they feel like that's not the arena, which, to be fair, like when you go to NBA media sections, you're not allowed to cheer. It's not like written down, but you don't cheer, obviously. Like it's like a ethic thing. Like you don't root for the
Unwritten
team
rule,
in the media section. And then when you get into the media room, like there's a 5 minutes you give each player and each coach. You're supposed to like question. Now, this lady, she had been in Jacksonville for years. And so I guess she felt like she had a relationship with, the head coach and the organization. And so she wanted to be affirming in that moment. I'm not making a big deal about it. It was like 90 seconds out of a whole press conference. It wasn't much to me, but a lot of people were just like, that's unprofessional. But I do say, like, in the world we live in, if that's unprofessional, I'd rather be that unprofessional in a kind way as opposed to unprofessional, like, flipping workers off at a Michigan, auto industry thing and being like, F you.
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
I got a few stories
Absolutely.
about people reading stuff. Like, I don't know if we got time, Ron, for a quick story, but
all the story Ron tells, go ahead, Damien.
We got time, Damien, go ahead.
And it stemmed from
You
actually
should run an hour extra anyway.
It stemmed from actually yesterday. We were talking about the hate stuff and like how I don't hate anyone, and like I actually sat with it after the show. I'm like, is there something like wrong with me? Like, why don't I hate players and things? But I think it actually comes from like a trauma experience, like with this journalism stuff. Like, in the 21-22 season, I was like stationed in Boston for a while, covering the Celtics, and I won't say his name, but there was a certain player taken in the lottery at the Celtics who now plays for the Pacers, but you can probably put him together.
Shout out to Aaron Neesmith.
And he was dubbed like one of the best shooters in the lottery and things like that in the draft. And at the time, he was struggling. Like, he was struggling to get minutes. He was struggling to fit in and things. And I wrote a piece, right? Like, I wrote a piece about it. And then in the pregame stuff, like that, I was at TD Garden. I like to get there early and like feel the atmosphere build. But when you get there real early, Swipers, like some of like the younger guys will go out and warm up early, right? So I'm sitting courtside warming up, and said player comes out and he's like warming up. It's all cool, like he's making shots, whatever. But every so often, like he's like looking my way, and I'm like, okay, this is a bit weird. But I thought nothing of it, whatever. Anyways, it continues throughout like his warm up. Like the warm up goes maybe 30 minutes, whatever. And at that time, like Will Hardy was there, and I think Damon Stoudemire was the guy as well that was there warming him up, and he had finished the drill, and it kept happening throughout the drill. And I thought it was weird, and then he walked out and he sort of like side glanced at me, whatever, and then like Will Hardy was like picking up the balls, and then he was in front of me, and he turned around just like swift like that, and he was like to me, he read that shit, so he was like he had read the piece that I did on him sort of struggling with the Celtics. And I didn't know, but Celtics media on like some various social media things like posted it and it sort of took off. So like it obviously came across his timeline at some point. So like you got to be careful like what you write about and like who can read that stuff, man. Like it's crazy.
But everything you wrote was it true?
To shoot 27% for the season and 9% in the playoffs. Shout out to you, Aaron Neesmith, man. You really showed them.
But things with that though, Damien, is like as long as you were being truthful and you weren't like slandering him or anything like that. I'll
never do that. You know me.
I'm about to try to find the article. 2022 article. Aaron Neesmith struggling.
I have had a lot of run-ins with Raptor players in terms of like negative coverage. Fred VanVleet, Davion Mitchell, Chris Boucher, Precious Achua. Like there's been a lot.
Yeah, but you were hating on Davion though.
I really wasn't. I really wasn't. But I'm really glad he turned his career around the second it happened. I'm just saying, like, I feel like if it's not personal, it's fair. You know what I mean? Like if a player can play well and you still be hating on them, I would consider that unfair. But if a player shoots like 0 for 18, shout out to Dyson Daniels, for an entire month, like maybe you can just objectively talk about the fact that they shot 0 for 18. I think it goes a step further when you try to character assassinate a player and say, well, this player shot 0 for 18 for an entire month, and therefore they're not working hard enough. They have work ethic issues. They're hanging out with the wrong crowds. That's when you think veer into the player's family is going to like be reaching out to you and telling you that you're messed up, and that you're messed up because you are messing up their paper. In all actuality, reputations are very hard to shake, right?
Yeah.
Once you
go ahead. My bad. No. I want to ask you about that one part right there, Pin. because when you said, oh, he's hanging out, this and that. Now, because first you said as long as it's not personal, then go ahead. My thing is, I feel like as long as it's true. Now, if there is a guy over there and he's out in the club all night, and you actually see him out 4 a.m, he's outside instead of working on his craft. So, but if you say that, as long as it's true, I don't think it should be a problem.
Well, consider this. Like, again, stories. I mean, I have a hoodie that says "Story over everything." I'm a filmmaker. I've written like 100 scripts. I've written over 100 articles. I'm not bragging here. I'm just telling you, like, a lot of my brain, my in need of therapy brain works in terms of stories and story structure, right? So one thing that I remember Vince Carter, right, and this was a very formative experience for me, watching how the Toronto media assassinated Vince Carter's reputation here. Now, Vince was a really good teammate. He was a really hard worker, but he made a decision. He wanted to go to graduation, right? They spun it in a completely different way, because it just so happened that his graduation and Game 7 of the NBA Eastern Conference semifinals against the Sixers lined up on the same day. And they made it look like he didn't care about basketball. They also made it look like he was just a mama's boy. And then there was this one instance where he was out for an injury, and he ended up being at a Nelly concert, and Nelly invited him up on stage, and Vince was Mr. Toronto. He was like all about like repping Toronto, getting players to come to Toronto in the summer, being a big ambassador for Toronto, and he's never said a bad word about Toronto ever. And so he wanted to show Nelly love, and he got up on stage and he did the Crip Walk, and then suddenly people were like, see, he's faking injuries. So this is what I mean, like, it's personal, right? You may be reporting it, but it's personal because you're adding your own little twist to it, and your twist is slanted because you don't already like the guy. That's kind of my point.
And I think it's hard.
Am I not allowed to have an opinion? Well,
you're
Demi,
of course
quick,
allowed to have an opinion.
I was going to ask you, Demi, if a player is hurt, should he be up on stage dancing all in the videos?
Maybe not, but I think it's hard though, because like you also, like, in the space, in the journalism space, you also see like the other side of players and the other side of the game as well. Like, and there's certain things that I've seen people probably put out that they shouldn't have. Like there was an instance like when Toronto came to LA once, where like LeBron said to like a side like as a side conversation, but like it was in the earshot of someone, that like Christian Wood had a good game that night, but the team like had like a personal meeting with him, but like that didn't get out, and like they didn't post about it, but he could have easily been disingenuous and like made it a big deal. Like there's like little things that happen in the locker room that, depending on your I guess professional integrity, you could put out, and it could potentially spin reputations and things. And I think it's the way there's been players that haven't given me the time of day sometimes, but then like you might be walking to the car park and see them, and like you see them with their kids, and their kids might be sick, for example, or they're having a bad day or something. Like you see different things. So I think we have a responsibility as well to be fair, to do our job, but to be fair, but also not have any agendas if they're not.
Anything personal stays out, like unless somebody's getting hurt or something like that. You never report on any of that stuff.
Yeah,
it's good to be able to see players in like their natural habitat with their families, and be able to remember like, oh, they're humans just like us.
Exactly,
kids, wives, parents, siblings, all that type of stuff. They got to deal with.
All right, fellas, we're gonna move back into these super chats. The next super chat that I have is from Eric Espinoza. Said, Ron, I need the Seahawks to give BTA to the Niners this weekend for my sanity. Then he said DC 4L.
I do think the Seahawks are gonna beat the Niners pretty convincingly, but
where's my belt?
Yeah, since the Niners are missing all their best players, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, shout out to them.
If you're missing all your best players, then don't bring your ass on this field.
Well, I mean, I think that matters in the divisional round.
Swiper, what high school did you go to?
They lost the best tight end. I don't self-report up here. They lost the best tight end in the NFL.
Hey, well, check this out. Whatever high school you went to in Denver, if y'all brought y'all ass onto Lumen Field this Sunday, we gonna kick y'all ass too.
High school?
I'm saying that to say it doesn't matter who we play against. Whether you're injured, whether you're unskilled, whether you're overqualified.
Well, I think you would be the high school 17-year-olds.
If you step on that,
great. You're right. Ron, you're correct. If we brought our high school out there, you would win.
Field, and if the Niners bring their ass out there, we're gonna win. That's the point I'm trying
Yeah,
to
I'm
make.
saying
It don't matter.
it would help if they had Fred Warner or the George Kittle and all them. I'm saying it would help them. That's all I said. Ricky Pearsall's not
Ron,
gonna
crazy.
play.
You bring your Mighty Mike's Pop Warner team out here. We
Hey,
stomping mud over y'all.
you bring your granny on that field. We gonna dislocate her.
You keep talking like downward. Yes, like if you bring
Jeez.
regular citizens onto an NFL field, you will beat them. I agree.
They're an NFL team.
Smacking grannies is crazy.
We'd be a team of 17-year-olds. Like, all right, great job.
They're an NFL team. My thing is like, don't make no excuses for them. It is
Not
what
an
it
excuse.
is.
It's just context. There's no this is the NFL. You need the Bills just lost their starting Poyer's out.
He is
and
out.
Harrison's
That's
out.
big.
Like they
And
lost
they're gonna win.
they lost 2 receivers and 2
And they're gonna
DBs.
win.
But
We're not
maybe
making
they don't.
excuses for them,
But it
and they're
matters
gonna
not
win.
having your best players. Brandon Jones isn't playing for Denver. He's one of the best safeties in the league. That stuff matters. It's just football. That's the way it works. Football's a very violent sport, and you will probably have somebody missing in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, it's unfortunate. We would have beat them niggas healthy.
We'll see if you beat them when they're not healthy, brother. What if Brock Purdy has a day?
It's because when Brock Purdy has a day, he has a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Ron,
hey,
I mean,
Brock
you-
Purdy,
I
have a
think
day,
you
have a
should
day
win.
and a night.
I think you should you're definitely like talking as if like it should be a wash. If you had a legacy QB or like a really good QB this year, a QB who didn't have 9 TDs in the last 9 games of the season, I'd be with you. But your offense has been mid for the last half of the season.
Sam
brother.
Darnold. Show the what they say.
I
Black
agree. They
Panther?
should win.
Show them who you are.
And then you'll play versus the Bears probably next weekend. Like, yeah, that's
the
an easy walk.
the White Panther gonna show up this weekend.
The White Panther.
Right there, the White Panther.
Who
You don't know who
called
that
him
is? We do in Seattle.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do now.
name is
Shout out to the White.
Samuel Darnold.
Shout out to the White Panther.
Ron, you couldn't even name your starting offensive line right now if I asked you.
Abe Lucas, Charles Cross. Hey, shout out my man Gray Zabel. Hey man, we just like that, bro. All right.
3 of 5 is good.
Shout out to us, man. All right. The
Ron, you
next
put the banner back up.
The next super chat is from the Jonathan Frazier. He said, Swiper, you good, man? You good, man? Been missing your energy, champ. Hope all is well. Salute to you and the rest of y'all on the panel. Well, except that chum bucket host.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff happening. A lot of stuff happening. A lot of stuff happening. You know, a lot of stuff happening, man. Shout out to my international folks up here. Penn, you know, obviously here, but, you know, Penn, Damien, and everybody else. Yeah, man, it's a lot. It's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on. If you got people in Minnesota, it's a lot going on.
What about us?
Man, it's a lot, man. It's just like, it's a lot, bro. I mean, I couldn't, you know, I'm not from, you know, we had a conversation with this Ox in the media the other day about like, we have so many international players right now. I mean, all of them are different levels getting affected by a lot of this stuff too, you know? So it's just a lot, you know? I mean, it's just like, everybody has to like pretend like it's not happening, but it is. And I think that's really hard for a lot of people, you know? So that gets to me, at least. That's just how I am. But you know, Ox, I'm a little bit of a softy when it comes to like people and all that stuff. So, you know, I don't want, it's just, it is what it is.
You should love people.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's good to love people.
Like, make sure you bring your papers to Minnesota. You know what I mean? Like, you're walking down the street in the middle of 3 p.m. in your own neighborhood. Like, oh, let me see your papers. What you mean, see my papers? I'm not showing you nothing. Are you crazy? Like, I'm not showing you anything. It's wild. I got to pull my license out walking down my street, going to the store.
Shit is crazy. Like we like this is Germany or something. This is the 30s.
So we walking around. They said, bro, do you have Asian neighbors? Point them out to us, bro. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you coming to my house asking me to tell you who's in my like who on my block? Are they, you know, they black? They from, you know, wherever. I ain't telling you nothing. Like, watch out, bro. Like, and I'm saying we got to act like that's just like, you know what I mean? It's just nothing. So like to me, like I just don't know how to live in a world where
we don't gotta act like
not
that.
you. Yeah,
I'm just saying in general, people don't gotta act like that's a normal thing. You know what I'm saying? You can resist. You know what I mean?
Shoot, Ron, make sure you bring your papers with you, bro. Like, what you mean? What you want? Walking around Seattle? I'm from Seattle. What you talking about? Like I'm from here. Like I'm born and raised here, bled in these streets. What you talking about? I gotta pull the ID out for you. That's crazy.
I wasn't
bro.
really bleeding in those streets.
I was. That's for sure. for sure bleeding in the streets. That's my city, bro. Like, imagine walking around your life, going to your mama's house, and you got to be like, you know, people pull up on you like all big, and you know what I mean, with some mask on. And Ox, you know how we feel about that. Like, if you gonna come to me man to man, like, you know, what you putting a mask on for? What you got to hide?
I mean, I'm not living there, so I'm not really part of this conversation, but I've gone through that many times personally.
Yeah.
Like, I've walked down the street in New York in the early 90s. Cop will stop you. What are you doing here? What's your business here? Can I see some ID? That's happened a lot.
Yeah, New York's a really bad city for that too, for sure.
Stopping frisk.
Stopping frisk was crazy, bro. They was getting yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, but
all right, y'all.
You know, don't let nobody kidnap you with a mask on.
But I'm just saying, like, from my perspective on this, like, I always complied. and I'm not arguing like what should or should not be done, but in that situation, my mom had taught me that if you mouth off to the cops, if you run away from the cops, you are likely to be shot.
Those ain't the cops, though. I think that's what the issue is. Ain't the cops. Like, these is random.
Correct.
Like, these is, you know what I mean? Like, the police is telling you, report these people. They aren't with us. Like, we're not associated with them. Call us to help you with them. These are some randoms coming in from all over the world. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you tripping, bro. Like I said, you know, you asked me, it was a super chat, so I'm just telling you, you know, that's just a lot, bro. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy city. Crazy time, man.
All right, y'all. WSP Bro sent through a super chat. It said 2014 still haunts me, man. What could truly have been a dynasty? We need it this year, Seattle. 2014 was a good year for me, but I mean, I'm sorry that
was a good season.
whatever happened in 2014. I'm sorry that still haunts you, but he's right. We do need it this year in Seattle.
March, I wasn't even your age 12 years ago. Think about that, bro.
Okay.
Why do you keep pulling this one up? It's a $2 chat. You flashed it 5 times.
I flashed every $2 super chat 5 times.
He flashed another false one too. Come on now. You know, my brand, I ain't doing that. Y'all tripping, bro. Y'all tripping. I ain't doing that. John D bite. I don't know how John D get out, but me, well, no.
Nah,
sir.
that ain't even how I rock.
No, sir.
We got burners.
Oh, burners. Crazy.
You won't see Active Buzzer Sports connected to none of that. You won't see.
He said burners. That's crazy. Hey, John
MTHJ.
John D, what's your burner?
MTHJ 301 said Bleacher Report says Josh should go to the LA Clippers. How do y'all feel about a trade to Houston?
Salary swap with Fred VanVleet. Who got traded?
He'll be reunited with Steven Adams. So
who got traded with an ACL injury, Mars, not too long ago? They were actively injured. Somebody got traded for a salary swap, but they also were hurt at the time. I can't remember who it
Fred
was.
makes $25 million. John makes $39
Oh,
million.
I thought it was, that's right. He did re-up. You're right, Penn. He did re-up to that deal. I thought he was still on that 44 joint.
I wouldn't want John Morant if I was. I thought it was the Anthony Melton, but I didn't know if that was the right answer, so I didn't say anything. Yeah, I wouldn't want Jar if I was Houston.
DeAnthony Melton, yeah. Yeah, DeAnthony Melton.
All right. The next super chat is from Trey Ray. Said E was removed from the grading system because people in the 30s thought E meant excellent. Ox.
Damn, chose people.
I actually had E's on my report card. Would you believe that? Like, there was a G, S, and E component of our report cards.
I remember in like elementary school they used to use those satisfactory E, U, all that stuff, right? But that's obviously after we got to middle school and stuff, they start going away from that. I really wish they would have kept the E's because I would have been coming home with E's like, nah, that's excellent. Look. doing
Marge, what was your grading system again? Is it numbers or is it the same concept?
Now it's numbers, yeah. Okay. I don't remember when they changed it, like 2019. It's 1 through 9.
1 through 9, and is one is good or 9 is good?
9 is good.
I once got a 5% in math. Because I skipped 86 out of 89 classes and didn't take my tests.
And you
But
think
it
I'm
was-
gonna listen to your stats and you got a 5% in math class?
I got 96 the
Hell
year
no.
the next year, but yeah. So I just
Okay, so we average it out. We average it out.
Write
What's
your
that?
name.
50?
You write your name, you get 5%.
50%. You average out about
50%?
50%.
No,
Nice.
sir.
Good math,
Yeah, we
Cars.
don't
Good
move.
math.
Yeah, there you go.
You
Yeah.
keep those stats to yourself, Penn.
Yeah, I photoshopped a 9 in front of it, and I showed it to my mom, and the comments made no sense because the comments, they write little comments next to your grades, right? So it said 5%, and it said Penn what should pursue work level destination courses. So basically, like, should get out of the academic stream, away from the applied stream, and into the essential stream. So my mom was just like, "What does that mean?" She's like, "I'm like, I got a 95. It's saying I'm so smart. I should just go to work right away." And my mom
Does she
believed
take
it.
that?
She
Does she
believed.
buy
it.
Why is this still on the screen? Thank you.
Let's say, man.
Jeez.
What's wrong with? What's
I
wrong
had a
with
great,
Rob
I had a
being
great
Rob
reason to
being
skip
that.
86
It's
classes
not
that year.
true. I don't even
What's
get
wrong with
it.
this
Dead.
Okay,
We
but
got
what's wrong
family
with
that
this?
watch.
But what's wrong with it?
Ron, this is
No,
the kids
bro,
show. You know
watch
that,
this
Ron.
show.
You do know this is like an underage show as well, Ron.
No,
You
it's
know
not.
that.
Yeah.
No, I know our demographic. No, it's not.
Oh, it's not. I don't know our demographics.
Most of our demographic are adults. Like,
Yeah, but
very
there's still
And then
some-
25%, 20% is. Hey, kids, stay in school.
What?
You was watching stuff you wasn't supposed to be watching at 15.
I was watching
How
stuff
you
I
go
was supposed to
out
watch when I was
so why you
5.
Talk about rated. I'm talking about, you
Talk about
you
yourself.
Swiper. I'm talking about
Like
rated
what?
R movies. All right, like you was watching movies where it's like, you know,
What kind of movies?
I kept, you know,
Like
rated
I
R
kept,
movies.
I
Rated
kept
R.
Disney-
My
I
mom
kept
didn't let
Disney
me
Channel.
watch Titanic.
Though that
I
super
kept
chat
the,
is not
uh,
a rated R movie. That's
bullshit,
not
but
even
it's
a
true.
TV.
But
Amazing.
Swiper, you
Oh,
know,
Trump
like I
idea,
know
bro.
me and Swiper, we the same age. You know, I kept that Disney Channel on last.
On
I was
last.
doing my- As soon as I hear something,
Ooh, that's so Raven. That's so Raven. There you go.
But
I'm watching
Hi.
Even Stevens. I
But
ain't doing
the
nothing.
thing is, at 12 a.m., Midnight Love came on, but BET came on. BET Uncut came
Uncut.
on right after that, bro. I'd be like, yeah, I'm down here wating,
The trick,
R&B,
the trick,
jazz,
the
I
trick,
needed
the
to-
trick was
and then
the trick-
Trick Girl
the
come
trick-
on right next, bro. Like,
I said it must
the
be
trick is that
Is
you
it
got
in
you
your
got to
face? I need
you got to
to
know
see
the
it.
channel. You got to know the channel right above
that's
Disney
fact.
Channel. So you put that one on last. You go
Yep.
last and channel up.
yep.
Go last channel up. But you I'm watching nothing.
Hey, bro, you got the door open so you could.
Ox had it on lock, man.
Oh man.
Bro, I remember one time, bro. I heard them step, bro, down the stairs fast too, like they was trying to. Boop, boop.
No one ever caught you and been like, "Yo, what are your pants doing around your ankles for SpongeBob?" No one ever did that.
Well, I wasn't
Okay, we gotta
doing
just
all
stop
that. I
Tell
was
that
just watching
story.
TV.
Tell that
That's
story.
crazy. That's
Oh, you want to tell that
insane.
story? You
Yo, that's insane. What?
You want to tell that story?
I was
First off,
definitely
You
not
go, if
doing
you in
that.
the house, no, in the room, no, Ox, bro.
In the
no,
Who got caught
room,
red-handed?
What?
with no lock, no, like that's
Which one of y'all got caught red-handed?
Now, one time, I ain't gonna lie. One time, so my pops went to.
We not even finna do this right now. I don't even know where this is going. We really. I gotta get back to these super
bro,
chats,
No,
yo.
it's just
No,
it's
no,
just
no,
the
living room is crazy.
Yo, that's a coming of age tale with no big deal.
Big Ox, you right. We do got a younger audience. We got lady
Almost said
listeners.
cool.
You know,
Right,
we're gonna
you-
move.
by the way, you
We're gonna move to the next.
Cool
Yeah.
white-handed is crazy.
That's
Cool
sick.
white-handed.
We need a separate
We're
podcast on
going
all these
to
crazy
move
stories.
to the next super
Nah.
chat.
Ron, wait,
Hell
This is
nah,
from
bro.
Rod
you said you
Rod.
got Lubriderm on your desk, don't you?
Our next super chat is from Rod Rod. Rod Rod said, "Ron,
Oh, y'all
when
some
we
sick
see y'all,
motherfuckers.
when we seen y'all when we was healthy, y'all lost. Purdy is undefeated in y'all building. That's not going to change. That's not going to change the Niners 27-13.
That's his prediction.
I
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
I can't get with that.
We got the best scoring defense in the NFL. We don't give up 27 points like that. First
Oh.
off.
I'm also
Second
a
off-
true Niner hater. Do not like the Niners at all.
Oh, you too?
Yeah, not-
Gentlemen, chat. I'll see you next week.
I
man.
have a
right,
family.
all
for
right,
Instagram.
Damien.
All right, Damien. Nice to meet you.
Likewise, brother.
Next up is from What's Up, Bro? What's Up, Bro? Said, Ron, I'm saying it haunts me as in we didn't give the ball to the best running back at the time at the goal line, back-to-back verge of a dynasty.
That was so dumb.
Yeah, man, it happens. Things happen. You win some, you lose some.
Yo, Pin, that was crazy, bro.
Ron, bro, just address that super chat. Everybody, when you had a teammate, you had to share a room. So, Ron, you shared rooms, you shared beds. Yeah, that's what happened when you were on road trips. Like, it's a regular thing.
Shared beds.
Nobody
Yeah,
shared beds.
Invest.
What do you- I don't know
When you
what
were kids.
I don't-
Yeah,
Invest in a
100%.
bunk bed.
100% when
Invest
you
in
were
a
a kid.
sleeping bag.
No. When you were a kid,
Nah,
you
you talking
absolutely had to. Yeah.
No, on the road, like, hey,
With
we
who?
shared
Yes.
rooms. We didn't share beds. We shared rooms, though.
Bro, we didn't have the money. So, we got 2 beds. We got 4 kids, 6 kids. You got to make it work. I don't know.
You about to find out in your mid-30s.
When did you
that was
start-
not
when
normal.
did you
People in
start-
2 beds?
When did you start
Yeah, I
traveling?
mean, we didn't have a lot of money. We was like 11, 11, 12 years old. Yeah, we was traveling to Vegas.
Yeah, see, I wasn't traveling at 11. Swiper, you might have. Y'all teams might have been a little more up here
That's
than
fair.
ours, but
That's
we
fair.
wasn't.
That's
We
fair.
wasn't traveling.
They
at
were
11. We was playing
Spartans.
in the city.
Yeah.
Man, bro, Red Shield
sponsored
sponsored by the Red Shield Disciples. We were sponsored by the Salvation Army, and they gave us what they had.
Yeah, we were sponsored by Adidas, and I'm not sharing no beds. No way.
Well, Big Tank Jones said, Ron, read Drenchy Rinchy's super chat player.
Oh goodness.
Shout out Drenchy Rinchy. Jalen King said, random Kevin Garnett appreciation post. Dub PC.
Shout out KG.
Yo, I'm telling you.
What did Drenchy Wrenchy say?
That Ron doesn't read it, that he naps with men.
Hey, Mars.
Penn Shapiro is very, very disappointed.
But yeah,
Judge
speaking of
that,
Kevin Garnett, telling y'all that our boy got a lot of KG in him. Hey,
What boy?
Oh,
I'm not past. I'm talking about Caleb Wilson. I'm not
Pause.
passing up on him.
Okay.
I am not passing up on Caleb Wilson, number one. I love AJ. The more and more I watch Darren, the more and more I'm like, he is an extreme talent, especially at that guard position. Obviously, you got Cameron Boozer. Caleb Wilson, the best player in this draft.
I ain't mad.
I don't heard you say that about 5 different players in like. The
no,
last
he's been
because
he's
they're
been riding the AJ and Caleb Wilson train for about as long as I can remember.
Because they're all that good.
Darren Peterson.
No,
I
it
don't
was
hear Ron riding the Darren Peterson train, but I also don't listen to Ron that much. But I don't remember. hearing
it started with Darren. I started with Darren.
Then it went to
when he gave
Cam.
AJ 50,
Then it
like
went
all
to
the way
Cam.
down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember that. Yeah, I was talking about like this season. Yeah, okay. I don't know what more
But don't-
Cambuza has to do to show that he's the best player of all of these guys. I don't
He's
know.
already done everything, Morris. He's
Yeah,
already
I don't
done
know what
everything.
more the guy can do. I'm gonna be honest, but it's cool.
I'm not gonna lie. It's the more and more I watch him, for me, and I'm not saying that he's not going to be good at the next level. It's just the lack of verticality with him. His ability to just get off the floor. That's really what it is with me.
He might not jump high, but he jumps fast and jumps strong. So
he do jump strong. I will
be
give him
careful,
that.
Diesel. Be careful.
I don't know, man. Cambuza been
Chilling.
Don't let your camera
Cambuza
betray
been
you.
hooping at every level. He been winning at every level. He been outperforming people at every level. And then apparently he's the youngest of the group as well, by the way. It's just I don't know. I must be missing something. My eye test is deceiving me.
I see games from like last night, and people keep saying, "Oh, he's raw. He's not all that skilled. He can't really score that well." Caleb Wilson gave you everything you needed to see last night. Everything. Play finishing, play initiating, turnaround middies, off the bounce. Gave you everything.
I don't know. You guys know I'm a Darren Peterson guy. That's been my guy for the entire draft process. I just think the shot making, the ball handle, the off-ball play, I just think you get a really high ceiling plus a high floor with that athleticism. Now, you guys know I have my concerns with him, the tunnel vision, the predetermined looks, those things as well. But
the injuries.
Yeah, that as well. That could be an issue as well. But I do think it could be you can make your argument for any of the three. You can make an argument for any of the three based on like what you prefer.
Three? Who's the three?
Three. Yes, Ron, three.
He's not putting Caleb Wilson in that group. He's not.
I'm
putting
not.
Caleb
Did you
Wilson.
see last night's game?
Now, I still do think Caleb Wilson is top 5, but do I?
Did
think
you
he's top
see
3?
last night's game?
No, I didn't watch that game yet. No.
Go watch that. He gave you everything that you need in a top prospect. He showed you everything. And so, like, at this point, if you're not putting Caleb Wilson in those talks, it's just because you're just biased to the way his game looks. He's giving you the score. He's averaging damn near 20 and 10 on this 20 and 11 on the season. He's shooting at 57% from the field. He's playing in the toughest conference in the nation. Like he's doing everything. And you also can say the 3-point shooting. He's shooting 25% from 3. So that's the one thing that you can't say. But he'll take you off the dribble. He's the best defender out of all these guys. He's the best athlete out of all these guys. He's actually bigger than Cam Boozer. It's like, come on.
I'm not really high on his defense. I mean, I think he has real upside as a defender. I'm not the highest on his defense,
but he's the best defender out of all of these guys.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll give you that.
Is he better than Darren for real? I don't know.
But it's like, just with me, with Caleb Wilson, it's just like, I see the offensive rebounding, I see the play finishing, I see the touch around the rim. The initiation in the half court isn't the best. It's inconsistent, I'll say. And then defensively, I think his positioning can be bad at times. But you see the upside as a defender. Like, you really see the upside as a defender. Like, I look at an Indiana team that would love to have a Caleb Wilson. Washington team that would love to have Caleb Wilson. I was talking about this the other day. I would hate to see OKC draft Caleb Wilson. But I just don't think he's there yet versus what the theory of him is on the defensive side of the floor. Like, I see somebody that can be a help side rim protector, that can blow up passing lanes, but sometimes he follows the ball too often. His positioning isn't the best. But I still look at him and say, this is a top 5 guy. One of the guys that I may have him over, may not, who knows, Jaden Quaitance. You guys know I'm big on defensive bigs with tools. I would probably take him over Caleb Wilson right now.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Give me Cam Boozer, man. That's where I'm at. Just give me Cam Boozer. Everything else cool. Give me Cam Boozer.
And Penn, you're still, for you, it's still AJ.
Yep.
Can I get everybody
3 years?
Can I get everybody's top 5? If you guys have a top 5,
Darren. I'm still go with Cam. Darren, Cam, AJ, Jaden, Caleb. That's my 5.
No, be true to yourself. Move Cam out the top 20. That's what you want to do. It's cool.
I've been showing love to Cam. It's just it's a tough 2 and 3. It's a tough 2 and 3. He ain't gonna fall out of top 3.
Who's your top 5?
Oh yeah,
go ahead,
go
Marsh,
ahead.
you got it.
No, he can go.
AJ, Darren, Cam, Caleb, Kingston.
Kingston's nice.
I have the same 5 names.
Okay.
Cam 1, Darren 2, AJ 3, Caleb Wilson 4, Kingston Fleming's 5.
I could also give Neoclis Abdallah some love here. I liked him a lot last year, so.
Oh wow,
that's a guy who's not in the top 5, but definitely in the lottery.
Swiper, you got a 5?
Yeah, we talked about this. Boozer 1 for me. I got AJ, Darren,
Boozer,
then Caleb.
because y'all related? Boozer, because y'all related? Never mind. Go ahead.
Do I look like Carlos Boozer?
No, you don't. Go ahead. Proceed.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Boozer, I think AJ, I think Darren, Caleb, and I'll go Jaden. I think Jaden's fine. I think he's really good. He's a really good big, good defensive maker.
Yeah, I'm really high on Jaden Quaitance.
I consider him it's between him and Kingston right now for me at 5.
Yeah, and I like Kingston as well. Kingston Fleming with his first step. They don't run a lot of pick and roll often at Houston, but when he does run pick and roll and they ramp it up, he's pretty good in there as well. Really high IQ player, and he loves to generate turnovers on the defensive side of the floor as well. He came out of nowhere, for me at least. And I watched Houston play when the season started. I'm like, hey, Kingston's nice. Some guys that I'm lower on now, let's get the elephant out of the room. Nate Ament. I had him at like top 5 coming in. Just the ball handle's just not there. And then he also doesn't add the strength as well for him to really create looks off the dribble, which I think is tough for him. And then he had a stretch where he was shooting like 30% from the field. So it's just like when the shot making's not there, it's like he does have some solid passing chops. I don't know if this is true. I heard he played point guard in high school, like in his early high school years. So that's kind of helped him with his passing, but I don't know how true that is. But yeah, I'm not as high on Nate Ament right now at the moment. I do think he's going to still be a good player, but I just think he needs to like really form into his size and his frame before he can really.
This is obviously partial propaganda, but also I do think it's going to be correct. There's only one player that hadn't worked out for. I think Cameron Carr is going to be good, obviously.
Really like Cam Carr,
but I think he's going to be a really good player. I'm excited to see him come out.
How do y'all feel about Tunde? I feel like people are lower on him.
I don't offensively. I don't see the vision.
Yeah, I can understand that. Like he shows some value as a cutter and as a finisher, but the on-ball stuff is inconsistent. The shot is inconsistent. I can see him being a defender, like a solid defender in the league, but the offensive stuff, it may take a while or it may just never come at all. So that has to be something that you have to look at. But I think Tunde's nice. I think people aren't talking about Braylon Mullins. I really like Braylon Mullins as an off-ball player and as like a touch passer at UConn. I think if OKC is in that 9 to 11 range, they should go get a guy like Cam Carr, that might be a little too high, but a guy like Braylon Mullins would fit exactly what OKC needed.
Where do you have Christian Anderson?
Christian Anderson, I like Christian Anderson. There's just a lot of guards, so I see him slipping in the draft. Like I know some people would probably like, no, I wouldn't say second round. I would probably say maybe between like 18 and 25, unless there's a team that really needs a guard and they may just move up for him, because I do think he has good ball handle, good deceleration. He has good touch around the rim. He's a solid passer as well. I would definitely take the big 3 in point guards ahead of him, like the Labyrinths, the Kingstons, the Mikal Browns. But I think Christian is really good. Darius Acuff is the one in Arkansas, I believe, and then
that's what
I don't know when you can do this, but I do feel like especially probably Mars, but Penn, Damo, I feel like y'all should put together like almost like a draft guide, maybe not a draft guide, but like maybe a mock draft or something like that for NBA.
Yeah, when it gets closer, we could definitely, especially like when the orders of the team comes out, and after the tournament, we could definitely do a big mock draft show. Would love to do that. John D obviously would love to have you.
I don't think that's what he's talking about.
Well, I was suggesting like you could do, partially do that, but also maybe even put together almost like a.
There's this channel No Ceilings that they partner with the NBA. They did a draft guide last year. They create like a PDF. It's like a 90-page document or 100 pages. Every single
Mars.
Like Mars, if you want,
leave me out. Yeah,
they actually make really good. Like they do. Really good work,
it was great.
Yeah, shout out to them. Credit to them.
From a graphic, but they sold it. Hang on, they sold it for $15 a pop. So anyone wanted to support it. So it's actually a pretty smart business idea. If you have a large enough audience to leverage, and if you have a smart enough content creators who actually watch hoops like that on your team, you could easily have I don't know, like if it's 100 players on a draft guide for 120-ish pages, you could, and you had 4 people who knew what they were doing over a month, you would just have to come up with 25 pages of text. And it's not like the font is pretty big. It's a lot of just numbers. So you would need one person to do numbers. You would need one person to just do the write-ups. I promise you could do these write-ups to a person who actually watches college hoops and is into the draft could probably do these write-ups in like 3 days.
Yeah, if they really just sit down and lock in and do it, like
100%.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. That'd be a nice feature for PC.
Say again?
Think that'd be fun. That'd be a nice feature for PC to have the draft people do it.
You know me.
Thankfully, I'm not a draft person, man. So.
Well, yeah, John D, mostly John D, obviously Penn and Damo.
Yeah, John D, Penn.
Yeah, I
believe in you.
am taking a break this year from being a draft person per se. So I mean, my team is not. Neither of my teams are really interested. Like are drafting very high, and yeah, there's only so many hours in the day. Yeah, there's only so many hours in the day, man. Last year, I burned myself out crazy, like watching college games, and I was just like, "Oh my god!" Like I have no brain capacity to even deal with shit. So yeah, this year taking it a little bit easier.
Hey, getting back to those top 5 prospects though, I'm surprised, John D, especially from you, that and nobody up here mentioned the guy who I got at 5th on my board, but I've been high for him since he played for Team USA. Over Louisville, Mikael Brown.
Yeah,
I got Mikael.
I like
Mikael.
You think he's the best guard in the draft?
I think he's the best.
Darren Peterson notwithstanding.
Well, yeah. I think he's the best point guard in the draft. I don't know if Darren's going to play the 1 or 2. I think he's better than Kingston. Just the shot making from the way he's able to get to his pull ups, shot making from 3, defensive potential too. I like Mikael a lot.
I think
so. I actually have him number 5 on my board.
So you guys are believing that like the shooting, he's a better shooter than like the numbers are saying here?
I definitely think he's a better shooter than what, because right now it's like what? It's like 38% from the field, like 27% from 3. It's not looking good. And he's taking a lot of them a game, and he's like operating a lot out of pick and roll. But then when I look at his scoring, like he has a really good first step. He finishes above the rim. He can make skip passes. He can make lob passes. He can make some of those reads out of pick and rolls for me to look at him and say, like, this could be a guy that could be a really good scorer at the NBA, but also be a really good passer. The defensive stuff, I'm not as high on, but the only like really good defensive point guard, or one of the better defensive point guard out of the 3 that I think are the best point guards, is Labyrinth Phelan. I think he's the best defensive point guard out of the 3. But yeah, I think Mikael is really good. It's just some of the shot selection isn't the best, and that's where I would say like maybe I would probably refrain from having him out of the top 5, but it would probably just be like 6 through 8 that I would probably have him in.
13% on 3s out of pick and roll.
Yeah, like it's not the best.
Seen him knock him down though, so I don't know. He's had big games. Well, I'm just saying on during that USA circuit, which you could say it was lesser competition or whatever the case it was. He was the MVP. Best player. Wasn't he MVP?
He was hooping.
It was AJ, right? AJ was MVP, right?
I know he got
high on AJ's USA.
I know he got Mr. USA, like 4, and that's all levels. He just received that award just like a week or 2 ago. But he was the best player on that team during that whole circuit, and that includes AJ and everybody else that played. He was the best player out there. So I mean, that to me that means a lot. If you guys all play in the same team, and he clearly is the one that stood out over everybody. But all right, fellas, we got a couple more super chats, and we're going to get up out of here. Let me shout out the members. Reginald Deborah just became a member. Ben Slim also joined up as a member. Bryce Lawson joined up as a member. And Ali Bowens became a member too. Salute to them. I just got another super chat that came in from B True 2310. B True said, this draft class at the top is fire. I don't know if y'all remember when people were saying this, but if he were in this class, I think Coop would still go 1. Looking back at his college season,
I think
this is his class, right? Like age-wise.
Yeah, this is his real class. Yeah. I think he would still go 1, but I don't think it would be like as certain as it was last year, but I still think he would go 1.
I think he'd go 1, but I don't know how to. Okay, I think this makes sense. I think he would go 1, but I don't think he's playing better at Duke than Cam Boozer's playing. But I think he would go 1 because the NBA stuff.
I think Cam is better.
Yeah, Cam. The only thing I'm worried about with Cam, man, and I know this is like not going to happen, obviously, but it's like Jabari Smith, like you know what I mean. But no, I'm it's not going to happen. But Jabari was good. Don't get me wrong. Jabari
was soft at Auburn.
But he could have been better. But I'm saying that like there's a world for me, the down world, like the bad world where it doesn't develop. But I think he's going to though. I think he's going to be like a lot better than that.
My only thing with guys like that, but one thing in basketball that I really pay attention to is avoiding contact and seeking contact. Jabari Smith used to do from my eyes, what I saw. I don't know if y'all saw the same thing, but what I saw from Jabari was he was doing everything in his power to not get hit or not hit somebody. And Cam Boozer is the exact opposite. He's looking for that contact.
I bet high on feel and I bet high on strength. And Kambuza has both in abundance. I understand the athletic limitations, but if you just know how to play the game of basketball, I don't see the avenue for Kambuza not being good in the NBA. Now, do I see avenues for him not being a superstar? Yes. I see avenues for all of them not being superstars. The likelihood of all three of them turning into superstar for Caleb Wilson is low. Like, it's hard to have that many in the draft. But I don't see an avenue this side of injuries. And even with injuries, I think Kambuza, like the way he computes the game, still will be effective. I don't see how Kambuza is not a good player at every level he plays at. I can't comprehend it. So that's why I'm betting so high.
I just don't see a world where AJ isn't an All NBA player.
See, Pin, we were talking about that.
Saying someone's floor is All NBA just feels excessive to me. Like, I don't think
it does feel excessive, and I don't think I've ever said that about anybody up here. I don't feel like I've ever gone that high on anyone except for
the other day. We were in the group chat talking about that, and that's kind of my sentiment about Cam Boozer and AJ. Whereas AJ, I can see him, if everything goes right, being a superstar. AJ, I think AJ has more superstar potential than Cam Boozer. Like, if you watch them, I can see that. Whereas I can see Cam Boozer, I can pretty much right now guarantee Cam Boozer is going to be in the NBA for 13 to 15 seasons. You know what I'm saying? Being and contributing, being a so I don't want to not player for player, but I look at Cam Boozer like, okay, that's Al Horford.
So play devil's advocate. Can you see a world where, barring injuries,
I really could see Al Horford.
AJ isn't in the NBA for 13 years?
Where who?
Can you see a world, barring injuries, where AJ isn't in the league for 13 years?
I do. I can see a world where if AJ and mind you, I think it's likely that it's not that. I think it's likely that in 7 seasons, AJ is all NBA. You know what I'm saying? And maybe 7 is too long. I don't know. I'm just trying to, just try not to put too much on the kid. But I'm thinking like that's a guy where I could see if everything goes right and he reaches his full superstar potential, he's going to be all NBA, all NBA, all NBA, all-star, all-star, catching bodies, highlights, you know what I'm saying? I could see that, but I could also see where it just, I could see where it just doesn't translate. I could see where it's just like, it wasn't, Cam Reddish, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he can eat. That's what I was thinking too. Pin, there's a world, there's a universe, there's a script where he becomes Cam Reddish, where the shots just don't fall. You get in the NBA and you're just your game doesn't translate as much as it does, or as much as it should. The defense isn't really there. Kind of almost Jonathan Kuminga like too.
Is this
you don't
the
really
same
pick
world?
Up on the game as much.
Is this the same world where Russell Westbrook becomes 6th man of the year and you owe me $20 for the next 2 years? Is this the same world we're talking about?
It's definitely an unlikely world, but I don't agree with like the people who
is this the same world of Mom, I wasn't doing anything, it's just SpongeBob? This is the same world? It's like the fake world, right?
Nobody's saying this is gonna happen. We're saying that he has a low floor. If everybody becomes out of all of these guys, if everybody becomes I can't say if everybody becomes the worst version of themselves, but at the worst version of himself, he's Cam Reddish.
At the worst version of himself, he is Cam Reddish with an offensive game that actually works. At the worst version of himself is a taller RJ Barrett. That's the worst version of himself.
Was he just that much better than Cam Reddish? It doesn't work out. Like, I think that could be said for a lot of these players where you just see a world where they don't become everything they're marketed to be coming into the league.
But John, like Zion didn't become what he was marketed to be. RJ Barrett didn't become what he was marketed to be. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist didn't become what he was marketed to be.
Yeah, but they didn't hit a bottom percentile outcome.
Exactly. But like,
but that's what we're talking about right now. Bottom percentile outcome.
But RJ Barrett at Duke is better than AJ.
Oh, fuck no, he's not. In my opinion, no, he's not. I think there has to be something about the personality, the work ethic of the player that has to be studied in terms of mapping out actual floors. At worst case, AJ is still a 6'9", really great athlete who can score. Now, he may not score as efficiently which is what you're talking about. Like maybe he can't read the second level of defense of the NBA. Maybe his athleticism, which is godly right now, becomes more human in the NBA. Okay, cool. So now he becomes a third option.
No, Pin. That's common. It's
I would assume
common.
he
6'9" athletes.
Peace.
6'9"
John,
athletes with low IQ. And mind you, I'm not saying I shouldn't have said low IQ. I'm sorry, but that can't read the second layer of defense. That can't do all the right things. Like when Ron sent those clips of him passing out of a double to wide open shooters. That's basic shit, but that's still good. That's still good basketball. It's still good basketball. Elementary is not a derogatory term, y'all. It's elementary. That's not next level thinking. But 6'9" athletes come a dime a dozen. There's a million of them in America right now. Some of them will get better. Some of them won't.
Yeah, but see, this is where my brain hears what you just said and goes very literal and says,
"That's fine, go literal."
That's no, but that's the thing. Like, I don't know if that's because something is wrong with me, but when you say there's 1,000,000 6'9" athletes, I'm like, there might not be 10 athletes who have AJ's combination of skills in America who are under 20.
Well, I'm saying when I
mean physical skills. I'm just talking physical tools.
Right.
We're talking length, size, coordination, all of it. You have said many times 6'9" athletes are not supposed to be coordinated. So
but there's a I'm talking about the ones that are. If you're not coordinated, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about
okay.
The 6'9"
So how many
athletes.
6'9"
I've
athletes
seen
would
when
you
I'm saying
estimate? Like
there's a lot. There's so many. There's hundreds of thousands of them. But this is my thing, Pin. His athleticism against those top dudes. When I see AJ DeBonsa trying to use that, you're on the road today. When I see AJ DeBonsa against the kid from Baylor at the Nike Hoop Summit and he can't get that shit off because there's a 6'5" super athlete, just as stronger than you, and he's standing in front of you and you can't do that. You have to rely on your athleticism, and you're not more athletic than this kid, and you can't do what you want to do to him. But in the same game, Cam Boozer is doing everything he wants to anybody in front of him. I see a different in skill set. I see where one guy has to try to rely on his athleticism, and when everybody is super athletic, it's not going to work.
I'm cool with that. I just think based on what I've seen with AJ, I don't see a world in which he's anything less than like the absolute floor for me. Maybe all NBA is pushing it a little bit. It's a taller, better RJ Barrett. Like that's the absolute worst this can be. The best it can be is the best player in the league. And to me, honestly, I would bet that he win 3 MVPs before he's out of the league in less than 10 years. Like the outcome that you're talking about, I just do not see a world and that's possible. And I think apart from Wemby, Scotty Barnes, like two steps below Wemby. So like in my tier rankings of like players that I'm like, I'll bet 1 million on this player. It's Wemby right up there. P. Watt was up there as well as like, I'll guarantee you this guy's going to turn into a really great player. Dyson Daniels is up there. I just think there's like a combination of seeing where the game is going. You just don't bet against these type of high motor, high fluidity, long athletes. You just, I don't know.
Right. All right, y'all want to get the rest of these super chats real quick?
Let's go.
All right, cool. Hunter TV, been a member for 22 months, says Jamal, NBA second team.
Averaging 30 and 10 since January 1st, baby.
That's fair.
Second team might be a stretch, but I think he's walking himself into like guaranteed all NBA with this stretch right now.
Yeah,
especially with like all the injuries and whatnot.
No.
Ron,
I said especially. I said not because. I said especially.
I'm trolling.
Ron, does your name say Niners' worst nightmare?
Yeah.
Get a grip, brother. Get a grip.
Bro, if they lose, bro, Ron is about to do a total turnaround. Oh my gosh, man.
What are you gonna do if you guys lose?
I think it's gonna be a good fought game. But you see, I haven't been talking crazy because I respect both teams. That's the difference. I respect
you haven't been talking crazy because you guys are the worst team. That's why.
Worst team where?
That's playing in that game.
The team is actually better. But I think the difference is Josh is Josh. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can tell me where you think they're better at. They're better at running back. They're not better at offensive line. They're not better at defensive line. They're not better in the corners. They're not better in the safeties. The receiving room is worse. But the fact is they have Josh Allen, which is a big deal. That's a really big deal. He's great. He's really good.
All right, fellas, we got to go ahead and get up out of here. But before we do, I got 2 more super chats. The first one's from JMO Fit. JMO said, why does this dude, John on the panel, always repost baddie female models, etc., or baddies, female models, etc.? Like, dude is too grown. Just get married already. Yeah, I just exposed you.
Cooked
No,
him.
you didn't. He is married.
He cooked him. He cooked him. He cooked him.
You don't know what their relationship is. He might be just like, hey, honey, look.
He's talked about it. He's married.
No, yeah, I'm saying to the super chat, like, his that could be his wife on his account. You never know. You don't know what people be doing.
Shout out to all the people that are married. Shout out to all the people that are married and repost baddies and IG models. Salute to y'all.
Like,
DSG Piccolo, the last super chat of the day, said all these damn injuries need to lead to a top 3 pick because Denny ain't a damn number 1. The Warriors game was nasty offense. Tumani scammed us, man.
I can't believe Tomani been playing the way Tomani been playing, man. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
The first 2 years of his career, he was just.
Did they pay him too early? Because he's second round pick. You can pay up 2 years. Did they pay him too early?
I mean, I don't know if they could have foreshadowed him falling off completely on defense. Like, I don't know if I'm not gonna project he just played at a high level to get paid and then decided to chill.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think they could have foreseen the fall off that's happened. Hopefully he can have like a resurgence second half of this season, next season. He's still he's what, 25?
$82 million too. Woo!
Yeah, it's tough, man, because he just hasn't. It's crazy. Whatever, but I would like to see Portland get a high draft pick, whether that is like a.
Who would you rather
Darren
have right
Peterson.
now, Tumani or Christian Brown? Mars.
Christian Brown.
Hmm.
Better offensively. I'm better defensively this year as well.
Interesting.
Yeah. Let's just get back healthy, Christian. That's all we need. Well, waiting in the wings. Jokic might come back on the 20th, 22nd, by the way. So, Mars, they have 2 more games, by the way, versus Washington and Charlotte. They might be able to get to 30-13, which would be 8-3 without Jokic.
Yeah, I was thinking, because when he went down, I was thinking they might slip into the play-in, knowing how close everything was. Them actually regaining the 2 seed is mightily impressive. Obviously, the Spurs had a dip, but like them being able to maintain this, and that's very impressive.
Yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to Ron Holmes, Zignaji, Peyton Watson.
Yeah, Zignaji. Yeah, you hater. Yeah, look at Zignaji.
No. Remember, Payne, we had an argument. He might just need a new situation. The new situation.
The new situation was
Jokic get out of the way.
I think teams just don't know how to prepare for this version of Denver, and y'all catching a lot of teams sleeping.
I 100% agree because the net rating FC stuff, Mars, is nasty. They are the only team in their area that's has a winning record. So, or at least they're 6-3. Everybody else is 5-4.
Yeah, that's because they're winning all the close ones, right?
Yeah, and they got lucky yesterday, but Cooper went down, and then obviously they beat the Sixers with nobody. They didn't have anybody in that game except Peyton Watson and Zeke.
The overtime game. Yeah.
By the way, Tim Hardaway Jr., brother, is he 6 man in your conversations at some point? Because he's a walking bucket off the bench right now.
I don't keep up with those conversations, but Tim Hardaway's having a great season. So
I'll tell you right now, if Scotty Barnes puts up 5 more games like he did last night, I'm gonna start MVP conversations.
Well, that does it. Thank you guys for watching. Merry Christmas. Yeah,
Peace.
we'll see you guys
Bye-bye.
tomorrow.